Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Tiger Fieldhouse. It is a brand new season of girls basketball here live on ArrowVision. I'm Dylan Rivera. This is Coach Tiff Jones alongside me, and Madison Dildine is down on our sidelines. We're happy to have you alongside us here on our Tulsa Bone and Joint pregame show, and our broadcast here, of course, brought to you by Shields. The Lady Tigers taking on the Bartlesville Lady Bruins here tonight in Game 1, a home opener for Broken Arrow. The atmosphere is starting to build. You can feel it in the building. And, Coach, it's always the most happy time of the year you when it's basketball season.
Oh, I tell you, I love football, and I love football in general. But, yes, there's something about December. It's cold, and it's time to get on the hardwood. And
you know what? It's been a sort of a thing where football season ends and you get a little bit of a break before basketball. You kind of get to reset and mentally get there. Not this year. This football team went all the way to the state semifinal, and we had a football game Friday and now a basketball game Tuesday, so it's right back into it.
It is literally one of those, talk about a quick transition right from the field. Once again, the turf. Hey, I tell you what, Coach Hills, the Tigers, they had a great season. I mean, really represented our school and our community so well. And so super proud. I know everybody always wants to finish on a win. I get that. But I am excited to start this season with a new Lady Tiger basketball team.
Well, and the word new comes up big here in this season's storylines with not only Broken Arrow girls basketball, but boys basketball as well. But we'll touch on that later. With the girls team, you lose Mackenzie Mathurin, you lose Maricini, you lose Dolan, you lose Jacobs, you lose Wigginton, you lose Bowen. You get all of your rotation basically is gone. And you bring in the players that were rotation pieces or hadn't really cracked the lineup last year, and all of a sudden they're elevated into these starter roles. What's that adjustment, do you think, going to be like for this team going from last year to this year?
Well, and I think you said the word role, and that's really, people are changing roles this year. And so when you're coming off a bench and you're the number, the 8 or the 9 or the 10 player coming in versus now you are the number 1, the number 2, like you're going to be handling the ball more. It changes everything. It changes who you're guarding. It changes the pace of the game because there is a drop-off. If the number 12 team on the number 12 person on the team was the best player, she'd be the number 1 player, right? I mean, it doesn't add up that way. So just the pace of the game, and I think changing roles. There are people that played key roles last year coming off the bench, but now they are the starter and they are the leader of the team. And so I think anytime you have that many new people coming in and just kind of that shifting around basically, there's a little bit of a growing pains that, I would anticipate, and I think most coaches would as they have a new team.
And one player for us to watch all throughout the season, but specifically here tonight to kind of see how this change is handled is Janaea McCrary. She takes over the lead point guard duties. A player that was rotational last year, was on the floor. You got to see her in 10 to 12-minute spurts, and she did a nice job. She would score a couple of points. She'd get a couple of assists, get a rebound, maybe a steal here and there. Good player, really solid player, but now she has to elevate her game and become the lead point guard, one of the leaders in terms of putting points up on the board as well. And I know Coach Coffey has brought this up with me, is her individual defense is also at a really high level, so they're going to lean on her a lot this year.
Yeah, I think we got to see her in the playoffs even last year after Macy's injury. Unfortunate bad timing in the state tournament. But Janaea contributed so many things over the course of the year, and just to get to watch her, I think from where the first game was last year and to where she finished, the growth, and I know she's put the work in, and she has really become a very vocal leader of this team. And people look to her because if you look out across the court right now, there's a lot of inexperience at the varsity level, but then you've got those players like her that have some experience, and so I think that there are high expectations for her. And the fact that she is, she's got more time here. We're not talking about another team that's senior heavy.
Right.
We are junior heavy this year,
that's right?
There's a lot of people that are going to be around for the next couple of years. So that's exciting to see what's going to happen.
And it starts here tonight with the Bartlesville Lady Bruins in the house. But before we get into the actual game itself, we got to hear from Coach Coffey and quick thoughts. Hey, Tiger fans, Dylan Rivera with Coach Shane Coffey. The season is just about to begin. We are looking forward to this first game. Let me just ask you first, where's your excitement level at? And then just what do you expect from this season?
Well, I just want to start off by congratulating our football team. They had an incredible year this year. Coach Hill and his staff and players, they bought into what he was trying to sell, and it was just fun, to see them playing this late in the year. So knowing that basketball's right here, it's an exciting time of year, for us. It's starting to get a little colder. It means it's time to get in the gym and do your thing. So we're definitely pumped about this upcoming season, and got a lot of new faces that you're going to see, but we really think we're going to be able to be in the hunt again, just like we were a year ago.
Start things off with Bartlesville in the building tonight. So what do you expect from this ball game? What do you see out of the Bruins as they come into this gym?
You know, Bartlesville is a team that is very disciplined, senior-oriented. They've got a young lady, Sammy Schaefer is her name. She's going to Central Arkansas. A young lady that can go for a triple-double any night of the week. She's somebody that's kind of their nucleus and is going to be a focal point for our team. But they're a team that loves to shoot the three. They're a team that loves to push the ball up the floor. They create some challenges for our team that we've got to be prepared for. But you're going to hear a lot from the sideline, high-hand closeouts all night long, long rebounds, you know, things along those lines. But I know our kids are ready for this opportunity. I mean, we've been tested through some scrimmages over the course of the month of November, but it's go time, you know, and we're ready to get things started.
Yeah, tip-off now just moments away. Keep it right here live on ArrowVision.
Do it for the city. This is for the town. Do it for the sound. Everybody get loud. It's our time. It's about to go down. Everybody get up. You hear that? Feel it in the air. Can you feel that? The sound is alive. This is our time.
Well, Coach Jones, you had heard Coach Coffey in there talk about Sammy Schaefer, one of the most talented players that we saw come through this gym last year, and Broken Arrow has to run back into her again this year, even with the new districts. And she's on the floor again here tonight for Bartlesville, and she's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, difficult matchup for anybody, right? I mean, she's one of the best players around, and we know that. But I tell you what, I'm excited to see defense, how we're going to match up, how we're going to help, because obviously the ball's going to run through her hands. If I'm coaching that team over there, she's definitely going to have the ball in her hands. And so we've got our hands full to contain her tonight. You're not going to – she's too good of a player to have 0 points. I mean, we know that. So I think minimizing her touches and helping on her is going to be important for us tonight. 16
points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists in their first game of the season against Rejoice Christian. I want to give a shout-out to our pregame sponsor, Tulsa Bone & Joint. They're proud to serve as the official team orthopedist for Broken Arrow Athletics. With 4 orthopedic urgent care locations, you can walk in and see a specialist, no appointment needed. Tulsa Bone & Joint, moving life forward. For our keys to the game, we'll turn it over to Madison Dildine for the Broken Arrow Public Schools Foundation keys to the game.
Our first key to the game is we have to get pressure on the ball in the passing lanes. Then we need to get downhill. We cannot just settle for jumpers. We also need to get them into foul trouble. And lastly, have active hands on defense. Dylan?
Thank you, Madison. That's one thing that Coach Coffey talked about in the Quick Thoughts, and he'd spoken to me about all week, was the active hands, high hands, getting out there and contesting shooters, because Bartlesville can shoot from outside, and they live and die by it, but sometimes they are really living from out there.
I was like, that's living and dying is, yes, it's a gamble, but the nights that you're on, man, you can beat anybody you can beat anybody in the state. And the nights that you're not, it's going to be a hard night. So we've got to do a really good job of contesting shots, and I think once again we've got some athleticism that can really give them some trouble defensively, make them do things they don't want to do. We don't want them just to stand there and to have open shots.
Well, as they get ready to do the starting lineups here in the gym and do the national anthem, we'll turn it over to our PA announcer, Sean Morgan.
For the singing of our national anthem, tonight's vocalist is junior choir member Evangeline King.
Stripes and
And now it's time to meet your starting lineup for the Bartlesville Bruins. At guard, a 5'4" sophomore, number 2, Addison Jones. At guard, a 5'7" senior, number 5, Emma Zimmerman. At forward, a 5'6" senior, number 11, Cadence Craig. At guard, a 6-foot senior, number 15, Sammy Schaefer. And at guard, a 5'10" senior, number 25, Kinsey Denny. Tiger fans, get up and get loud. It's time to meet your Broken Arrow Lady Tigers starting lineup. And forward, a 5'11" junior, number 3, Audrey Down. And guard, a 5'5" junior, number 10, Janaea McCray. And guard, a 5'8" junior, number 11, Scarlett Shell. And at forward, a 5'11" junior, number 23, Leah Peters. And at forward, a 5'11" junior, number 33, Gracie Sanders. The Lady Tigers are led by head coach Shane Coffey.
So there we have it, the starting lineups for Broken Arrow and Bartlesville. Tip-off now just moments away, and I've got goosebumps. This season's about to start. We're ready to go.
I tell you what, there's something, for these players really on both sides of the court. You have practiced against each other for months, and just to go against somebody else is there's not really a feeling like that. You're like so ready to see somebody else. I know that's what Coach Davis was talking to me about even a couple weeks ago. He's like, it's time, and so I know we're ready.
Tigers have gone through summer workouts, preseason scrimmages, all leading up to this moment to tip it off and begin the 2025-26 season. And BA takes the ball down on offense first. Janaea McCrary taking it baseline, kicking it back out. That's Leah Peters for 3, off the mark. Offensive rebound, McCrary, ball on the floor, and Bartlesville ends up with it.
Well, it was a pretty good look. I mean, first set, just see how they're going to match up with us, and Janaea doing a good job at penetrating and getting in the paint.
Ball out to Denny. Denny had 24 points in Bartlesville's season opener. Kicks it to Sammy Schaefer. She can't buy the bucket. Tigers have numbers, 5-on-4 as Schaefer's late getting back up the floor. McCrary sidesteps, gets it off to Peters. She can't find the backboard, and 2 misses to start the game for her.
But really a good look. Once again, Janaea getting in the middle of the court, getting in the lane right there, getting her feet wet, so to speak, and making a really good pass. I think a little bit of nerves once again starting out, but Lee's going to settle down and knock those shots down later in the game.
3-point jumper way off the mark for Bartlesville. As I mentioned, the Bruins came into this one 1-0. Already beat Rejoice Christian, a 3A school. Won that one 72-68. So the Bruins have already shaken off those first game nerves. The Tigers working through them right now.
Yeah, and there's really nothing quite like that. The first few minutes of a new season, and once again, we talk about new all over again, but we got to get a few of the jitters out and settle in, and then we're going to be okay.
Audrey down with the ball on the perimeter. Now back up to McCrary, and the offense will reset. Peters sets a screen. McCrary steps through. Sanders for three. She's got it. Gracie Sanders, a transfer from Coweta, gets her first bucket in a BA uniform.
And a great pass by Janae.
Nice floater there for Bartlesville. It's Emma Zimmerman on the bucket. A foul as McCrary was trying to drive baseline. They'll book it on Zimmerman. They'll actually go against number 2, Addison Jones. Baseline out of bounds play, clears up Sanders. Another three-point try. Can't get that one to go.
Once again, Dylan, you could see just getting set up in an out-of-bounds play right off the bat. Little rust, making sure we get people in the right positions and execute.
Tigers with a couple of deflections here to start this possession, but Bartlesville still hanging on to it. Swung over to Schaefer. Jab step, crossover into the lane. Can't buy the bucket again. Schaefer's 0 for 2. McCrary driving, crossing over, trying to drive right in between 2 Bruins. Tripped up, lost the basketball. And now it's Schaefer bringing the ball up the floor. Pass tipped away by Sanders into the open floor. Layup no good. Dow's right there on the follow.
It's a great job by Audrey just to follow. You can't assume they're going to make it always. So great hustle and good finish. Those are ones, if you're Bartlesville, you hate to give those up.
No help at the rim as Sanders is blown by Kenzie Denny. And it's now 5-4. Peters positioned down low. Layup no good, but fouled by Schaefer.
And I think, Dylan, you said one of the keys to the game was, can we get them in foul trouble? And so we're doing a good job. We're really getting them sealed inside the paint. We just got to draw the contact, maybe finish those little chip shots inside, but really pounding the ball inside is going to be beneficial, the longer the game goes. We get them in foul trouble.
And of all the players you'd want to get into foul trouble, Sammy Schaefer would be the one.
That would be the top of the list, wouldn't it?
Central Arkansas signee, wrapping up her high school career this year. This is Leah Peters at the free throw line. She comes to Broken Arrow from Fort Gibson, and she gets on the board for a pair of free throws. Schaefer driving right, kicking it back out. Bruins scrambling. Schaefer trying to draw a foul now, and she'll get the whistle. And Dow hit the floor hard.
Yeah, once again, we've got to be aware defensively where Schaefer is at all times, because the ball really is going to go through her hands. If she's not the one shooting the ball, she is going to create things for other people also. And so Audrey's got to have some help. Everybody's got to be aware of where Schaefer is at all times.
Coach Coffey had told me prior to this ball game that he was looking to start Audrey Dow against Schaefer, and as I bring that up, Dow is checked out, and Soraya Matthew makes her first appearance in this ball game.
Soraya's another one of those players that really she played a lot of minutes last year and going to be in a different role this year, but her contribution, she's got a lot of varsity experience, and so that's also going to help with a lot of new people on the court.
Second most minutes per game amongst returning players, only behind Janaea McCrary. Foul, and it's on the floor as Sanders was trying to hook up with Peters down low.
Tell you what, Peters had her sealed really well in the lane down there. We were just we hung on to it for just about a second too long, because you can only hold that position so long, and so great job working the block, and I think that's exactly what Peters was telling her also, is we got to get her the ball a little bit earlier.
This is number 0, Kylie Johnson, now checking into the game, taking the place of Scarlett Shell. Soraya Matthew goes to work and gets the bucket off the glass.
Making an immediate impact, right? Just came in the game.
Miscommunication as Johnson checks in, doesn't know who she's guarding, and wide open was Addison Jones, but she misfired. And now McCrary sets up, drives in, Euro step, bucket, good!
It's a great read, Dylan. I mean, the lane was wide open. She parted it, and they didn't step off to help. So Chance to get the old-fashioned three-point play right here.
You're going to see McCrary do this a lot all season long, driving to the rim, getting penetration, and sucking in those defenders to where they've got to pick her up, and she's going to draw a lot of fouls. Free throw no good. Scramble for the rebound. And Denny ends up with it. Wide open, Bruin down the other way. Can't buy the layup. And now BA has a chance to go down and answer back. Travel there on McCrary as she tried to put the brakes on hard and get it off to Matthew. Still Tigers in front by 5.
Well, I know Coach Coffey's not going to be happy with that last possession because they had a wide open look and just missed it. And so we got to do a better job of getting back defensively, but we can't lose people.
Broken Arrow bringing some half-court pressure. Denny left wide open, and she'll knock down the tray ball. McCrary into the lane, feeding Peters. It's knocked away by Schaefer. And Denny controls. Kicking back out, Denny left open. Now she sidesteps, pulls up from mid-range, and it's off the mark. McCrary. Crossover, kick out, into the corner. Sanders for 3. High arcing off the window. It's good for 3.
That's Gracie's second 3 in the first quarter tonight, Dylan.
Sanders is definitely the shooter on the floor for BA, as is Schaefer for Bartlesville. She answers right back. 14-12 ball game. A little over 2 minutes to go.
It's like this is the most offense we've run so far.
A hold down low as Leah Peters was fighting for position. It goes against Cadence Gray.
Second personal foul. 15th foul.
And with the 5th team foul, Leah Peters now goes to the charity stripe.
Well, just that, the setting the back screens, diagonal screens, really getting people flashing across the lane down there. But I feel like we're doing a really good job of sealing down low. And really, that's going to be open if they're going to continue to play behind us like that or play level with the post. Whoever's down there, we're going to be able to get the ball inside.
Goes off front rim, spills back out to McCrary. Floater is cash. And a timeout for Bartlesville. 1:59 to go here in this first quarter. 17-12, Tigers in front. We'll step aside and come right back here live on ArrowVision.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Welcome back to the Tiger Fieldhouse. One change out of the timeout for Broken Arrow. First varsity minutes for Sophia Vogel, the freshman for the Lady Tigers. And she's one to watch for sure. As Coach Coffey's told me, she has a lot of potential to be a really dominant player. Ball's loose, and right on top of it is Sophia Vogel. No breathing room.
Like you knew that was coming, Dylan.
No breathing room for Shaylin Isham as the freshman closed down quickly. Gray takes the inbounds pass. Bruins working it around the perimeter. Matthew guarding Schaefer. Pressure on. Denny catches it right in front of Coach Coffey and the BA bench. Schaefer tries a triple. No good, and McCrary gets the rebound. Driving inside, kicking it outside. Johnson for 3.
Great job penetrating, getting the ball in the lane, making the defense collapse, and then getting a good look on the outside. So that's got to feel good for Johnson.
Schaefer with a nice move to get around Matthew. Can't get the mid-range jumper to go. Rebound Isham. Denny gets the second chance points. No, she doesn't. Off the mark. McCrary. Likes that little sidestep once she gets down to the block. Kicks it out. Peters for three. Won't go. And Bartlesville rebounds. 2012 scoreline. Cadence Gray driving baseline. Thrown right into the hands of Soraya Matthew. Now she gets the steal. Nearly gave it right back.
It was almost a steal turnover, wasn't it?
McCrary into Peters. Peters putting the shoulder down and a foul on Zimmerman.
Great job by Peters drawing contact right there. She took it up strong. She was going to make her earn it, and that was a good move to the basket.
Number 23, Peters to the line.
Kick out there to Johnson on the replay here. And Johnson is a fiery, fast guard. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch for sure. Definitely don't want to make a mistake here. She does have a twin sister on the team. So you might see one that looks just like her out on the floor, but it may not be her. You got to pay attention to the numbers.
So there's a visual clue there, isn't there?
Yeah. Kyra Johnson, the twin sister. Kyra Johnson plays more like a forward, whereas Kylie's more of a guard. So that might help you keep an eye on it too.
I appreciate it. I need all the help I can get. My eyes.
Foul called on Tigers number
Foul goes against Soraya Matthew, and now the first minutes for Jaslyn Varner.
Number 15, Jaslyn Varner, checking in for the Lady Tigers.
Got to see the Tigers play at ORU in the summer, and Jaslyn Varner was able to hit a number of tough shots against Newcastle in a scrimmage. Excited to see what she's capable of doing this season. Bartlesville missed the shot, but now a second chance from Cadence Gray. Misfires on the three. Matthew taking it up the floor. Vogel cuts it inside, kicks it out, but she drugged that foot and gets called for a travel.
That just looked like the speed of the game got a little ahead of her at that point. So I think it's interesting. I just started looking at how many different players we have played in this first quarter. I mean, it's been a lot of different looks.
An offensive foul set on the screen. Cadence Gray was lined up, and as the defender was trying to get around it, drew the whistle. Now with less than a second left, this is going to have to be a catch and shoot situation. Bartlesville's still going to get a sub in for this final second of play. Johnson from way outside. It's too far off to the right. But the Tigers hold an 8-point lead after quarter number one. Still got a lot of basketball action coming your way, including a boys game upcoming as well. So keep it right here live on ArrowVision.
Hey BA Tiger fans, now's the time to show your school spirit. Support your favorite school with the Broken Arrow School Pride debit card from TTCU Federal Credit Union. The only card that gives back to Broken Arrow every time you use it.
Since the program began, TTCU has donated over $350,000 to Broken Arrow Public Schools. That's a lot of support from fans just like you.
Whether you're a student, parent, or a proud Tiger fan, your everyday purchases can make a difference.
With TTCU, you're not just banking, you're backing your school and local community. Join the thousands of TTCU members who are already using the Broken Arrow card.
It's super simple. Use your BA card and TTCU donates.
Thank you, TTCU, and thank you, Tiger fans. Support our school with every purchase. Go BA!
Welcome back live on ArrowVision. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Shields. Forgot to mention we've got some in-game sponsors. I guess I got to start working those in. We've got TTCU timeouts, Arrow Group three-pointers, and First National Bank free throws. You might have to help me out on that, Coach.
Okay, I'll see if I can remember that.
We're working the rust off as well.
Yes, we are.
You got some first game jitters as well. Andre Dow, the and one.
It's a pretty good way to start the quarter.
Absolutely. Junior forward goes to the free throw line. One of the returning players on this team, but she didn't get a whole lot of playing time last year. Appeared in 13 games. Got about 4 minutes per game in those 13 appearances. Knocks down the free throw there. So the numbers are pretty minimal. 1 point per game, 0.8 rebounds, 0.3 assists. Tigers force a turnover here. McCrary, a Euro step, and a fancy finish for number 10.
Tell you what, Dow knocks that down. She comes back and gets the steal, and Janae scores. So defensively, we're really pressing is giving them some fits right now.
Another steal, and Sanders gets the left-handed finish off the McCrary steal, and immediately Bartlesville needs a timeout. 7-0 run out of the break. 27-12 Tigers.
Looks like, not going to take long to get Schaefer back in the game. But it'll be interesting to see how are they going to adjust to handle that pressure. And because right now they're just coughing the ball up. It's just easy pickings. And so be interesting how long we can stay in that. And I think we're controlling tempo right now, which is really giving them fits.
Well, one thing that I'd said there at the start of the broadcast was McCrary is looked at as maybe the best perimeter defender on this team, and you saw it very quickly there in the start of the second quarter.
So just once again mixing up defensively. We run our full court 1-2-1-1, a little bit of a two front, like 2-2-1 half court trap. The pressure is really giving Bartlesville fits, and once again, you're looking at their personnel who's on the court, and their best player wasn't on the court, man. So anytime we can capitalize on that, I know they're trying to get her a break, but we're going to see that, and we're going to jump on that.
Absolutely. And that went so quickly, just a minute and 39 seconds off the clock. Not even a minute and 39 seconds, just 39 seconds off the clock. Madison Dildine was listening into the huddle there. We'll go down to our sideline reporter.
Coach Coffey was pretty happy after that possession. He said, listen, we have to continue to force them to make quick decisions. We cannot get satisfied, guys.
Thank you, Madison. And Coach Jones, as you had pointed out, Sammy Schaefer now out on the floor. That might change things a little bit.
Definitely going to change a little bit of matchups, but that's got to be their security blanket also, right? They know they want the ball in her hands, so.
She pops back out, catches the loose pass, and airballs the three-pointer. Jump ball will stay with the Lady Bruins. Tigers on the floor. It's the starting unit. Sanders, Shell, Peters, McCrary, and Dow. Schaefer drives right, and on the contact, they'll call a foul on Audrey Dow. That's her second.
Really, Audrey's been very solid defensively. She's got the toughest matchup of the night, and so she's got to have some help.
Ball's loose, but Bartlesville retains. And the pass down low, it goes out of play. And it was tipped off of Audrey Dow's hands. The official down on the baseline thought it was just an errant pass and was ready to give it to Broken Arrow.
That's definitely one you don't want to go in and correct if it doesn't go your way. But yes, the officials really got that call right.
Schaefer travels. You end up with a Bartlesville turnover anyway, and it goes back Broken Arrow's way.
Feels like this is really our first set possession. I mean, really, of this quarter.
Definitely is. Half-court offense going to have to go to work here. Now swings it over to McCrary. McCrary one-on-one, drives baseline, leaves it just short on the rim.
She got the look she wanted.
Bad pass from Schaefer is read by Sanders. And she needs some help in the backcourt. And now the point guard, McCrary, bringing it up. Swung over to the corner. Scarlett Shell for three. Too long. Basketball will stay with Broken Arrow. Scarlett Shell, the lone senior on this roster. You talked about us being junior heavy. It's not just junior heavy. There's also sophomores and freshmen.
Right.
But this roster is completely made up of underclassmen aside from Scarlett Shell.
So almost the exact opposite of last year, right? You think about the people that played had most of the minutes in the tight games were seniors last year, and so. But Scarlett's got to bring, once again, you're a senior, their expectations for your leadership, and so I know they're going to rely for her to contribute in a multitude of ways this year.
I think that's the biggest impact you're going to see on this team from Scarlett Shell is just in the leadership aspect. Double dribble on Audrey Dow as she was fumbling the basketball on her way to the rim. Shell may not come out and put up gaudy numbers every single night out, but
yeah,
I've already seen it just in team meetings in the locker room and being around these girls. Is Scarlett Shell is the unquestioned vocal leader in the room.
Yeah, and you think about just what kind of change in role that is for her this year. But it is exciting when you see a player really their growth from one year to the next, and she's really has changed.
Shell last year appeared in 15 games, 4.3 minutes per in those 15 appearances. Averaged 2.2 points, knocked down 3 triples last season, and that's a real strength of hers is the outside shooting. If she can get hot, she can turn it on for this Tiger offense. Nice moves from Schaefer, and she's able to get a little floater to go inside the lane. Sanders wants another three-pointer, and she's got it.
You'd think they might find her on the outside.
I was going to say, at this point, just fire away, Gracie Sanders.
Yeah.
I mean, every time you touch it, let it go. High pass. Ends up in the hands of the Tigers. McCrary feeds it up to Dow. Fast break, looking for a layup. Got the foul and the bucket.
Down it.
Huge play from Audrey Dow. And she goes to the free throw line for her second and one opportunity of the night.
And Dylan, it's like you look up and it's 32-14 with 5:08 left in the second quarter, and it just feels like the game has really been blown open at this point.
There's a free throw violation on Leah Peters. Went just a hair too early. So no free throw there for Audrey Dow. She's got 7 here already. Comes in at full speed to knock that pass away. Bartlesville going to have to reset with a baseline out of bounds play. Schaefer for 3. Off target. And she has had a little bit of a struggle shooting from outside so far in this one.
Well, and she's really having to work to get shots off. I think we're doing a better job defensively. The first couple of minutes, maybe not as much, but since then, we really turned up the intensity, and she's having to work for everything she gets.
Peters sets a screen. And now McCrary out to Shell. Off back iron. Ball spills out into Sanders' hands. She wanted to feed that into Shell, but Schaefer read it.
Look around the court and you see a lot of players with their hands on their hips right now. But that, you know, it's hard to simulate the game intensity. I mean, you could do all you want in practice, but there is a little bit of a getting in game shape in games too. And so first official game of the season, we have a few people that are a little tired out there.
Soraya Matthew backs down, feeds it out. Sanders again from outside, can't get it. Shell gets the offensive board. How about another one? Goes up again, and she's fouled on the way up.
Once again, that's doing some dirty work down there. Getting on the backside, getting the rebound, fighting for everything. She's doing a lot of little things to help the team win.
First free throw rolls out. .421 on the second quarter clock. Can't get the second one to go either. Long outlet pass from Schaefer, mishandled by Jones. Sanders isn't able to corral it either. So it'll stay with Bartlesville.
That's going to be on someone's film. Once again, just not getting back and keeping track of people. Don't let people behind you.
Offensive foul down low away from the ball. And I believe it was on number 13.
Jalen Manley.
Jalen Manley.
Number 0, Kylie Johnson.
Kylie Johnson checks in for Broken Arrow, as does Jaslyn Varner. McCrary, nice pass into Matthew. Into the corner, it's Sanders. Varner for 3. Rattles out. Johnson fighting for that offensive board. Varner cleans it up. Can't get the bucket, though.
We're going to get another look at that one, just keeping the ball in play.
Right spot, right time for Jaslyn Varner. Just couldn't get the roll. Matthew on the inbounds pass, wide open layup, and that connection will be fun to watch this year. McCrary to Matthew.
I bet we say that a lot.
Absolutely. Drive in from Denny and a foul on Sanders as she went to swat that shot away. There's a replay on that inbounds pass, Coach.
It's a great read by Janae out of bounds. Just watching, defense didn't help over, and Sarai just found a gap, and that looks easy. That's good offense right there.
Uncontested layups, that's probably what you'd take, I don't know, 100% of the time.
Absolutely. Those are plays that people think coaches are pretty smart. Then there's other ones, but yeah, good execution offensively.
Sanders subs out, and Sophia Vogel checks in. Soraya Matthew with a rebound. McCrary kicks to Johnson. She wants another triple. It's short. Rebound BA. Matthew, one hard dribble and a layup at the rim.
Just a power dribble and taking it inside, and she's going to make them foul her hard because she's going to take it up strong, and so.
Soraya Matthews been dealing with some back pain throughout the preparation for this season. Was cleared to go a couple of weeks ago, got back to practice, and now back out in game action. And she's got 6. Drive inside, can't get it to go off the window. Ball poked loose. Johnson able to reel it in, and now McCrary down the floor. Quick move from McCrary, can't get it. And Varner's there for the and one.
Talk about right place, right time. That's just going to the basket. I mean, kind of fell in her lap right there.
If it keeps going at this pace for her, that might have to be a nickname for her.
Absolutely.
Jaslyn, right place, right time, Varner. Comes in, gets that offensive rebound, and was just ready to go right back up with it. That's one thing you got to give her credit for is she didn't hesitate. Got the rebound and went straight up.
Tell you what, she is moving at a pace like she is carving people up. I mean, even with or without the ball, but she's got a different speed that not a lot of other people have on that court right now.
Still 2:56 to go until halftime. I want to tell you about one of our One Club sponsors, TTCU. Get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today. Terms and conditions apply with approved credit.
Dylan, we're very blessed at Broken Arrow to have a lot of people support our school, our student athletes, all the different programs from fine arts. I mean, we have an amazing community that just does a lot for our school, and I think people sometimes don't know this is not normal, but what's happening at Broken Arrow really is special.
I think one sign of that is just the amount of people in the building for the girls' basketball game. Coach, you've been here for years. You've seen how it's grown over the last decade or so.
Yeah.
And it's now to the point where it's a full house at 6:30.
Yeah, and I've been here when times it wasn't that way, and coached for a long time, and so I love when people are here to support, because they're putting in the work and they're representing not only the school and the community, but they're representing the values that Broken Arrow schools stand for, and so it's a nice reward when you got people in the stands that come to watch you play.
Varner misfired on the free throw. Free throws tonight brought to you by First National Bank. Denny tied up with Varner, but they call a foul on the Lady Tigers.
She was like the ball was right there. She was trying so hard on that one, right? little reach.
Denny's free throw is good. Kenzie Denny against Rejoice Christian in the Bruins' first game of the season had 24 points and led all scorers. Quick fix of the hair for Soraya Matthew and back over to the block.
and a grin.
38-17. This is Johnson. Drives left. Puts up a shot, and there was a lot of contact but no whistle. They will say that Bartlesville got a piece of it, though, and it'll be Tiger basketball. Inbounded to Varner. Left short of the rim. Schaefer going the other way quickly. Fouled by Johnson.
Yeah, you go back to that last out-of-bounds play. We got a good look. It was, you know, the screening wasn't as executed as high levels it could have been probably, but there was an open look, and we just didn't convert on it. So I do want to go back even to that possession at 2:34 when Janaea brought the ball down the court right there. They literally, you know, she makes a pass to the wing, but there was really nobody between her and the basket. There was a clean lane all the way to the hoop that time, and so I know they were trying to execute and run some stuff, but sometimes you got to play basketball, right? Take the layup.
It's 38-18 now with a few changes for Broken Arrow. Audrey Dow, Janaea McCrary, Gracie Sanders, Leah Peters, and Kylie Johnson, the unit out on the floor. .220 to go in this second quarter. Tiger offense going to work now. Ball into Dow, but she travels before she put it on the floor.
Little Happy Feet, right? The movie Happy Feet. We turn too quick and they get the ball put down first, and so but Dow's contributed a lot of things to the game so far.
Got to come up big here defensively tonight as she's got the assignment of guarding Sammy Schaefer. Denny drives baseline, tries to get the whistle, won't get it, and caught her own miss before the Tigers take over. McCrary driving, lost the basketball, and a double dribble. One thing that may end up being a knock on her as she figures out this lead point guard role is getting aggressive enough to shoot the basketball.
Right.
She's looking to pass down low when she's just a couple of feet from the rim.
Yeah, and I think that's just kind of when it's going to be a learning curve, right? Sometimes how you help your team is by getting the assist, and sometimes it's by taking the shot. And so, and everybody else has got to respond. Just because she's got the ball in her hands, we can't stand and watch. Other people have got to keep moving, and if people will keep moving as she's penetrating, that's what's going to. I mean, we're going to get wide open looks if they'll learn to feed off each other like that.
Denny up top. Trying to drive hard around McCrary, can't really do so. Looked like Sanders may have gotten a block, but they won't say that she touched it. It'll be Broken Arrow basketball.
What I could see from all the way up top was that she was definitely hooking offense. I mean, she was hooking the defense. That could have been an offensive foul. So lucky for Bartlesville that they didn't call a foul on that one.
Coach Coffey signaling for Peters to head toward the corner. That brings Dow up to the elbow. Ball off to Sanders. Wide open three. Off the mark.
Her off the mark hadn't been off a whole lot tonight, Dylan, right? That was
right.
halfway down still.
Denny gets a wide open layup. She beats Sanders to the rack. 38-21. McCrary on the left wing. Tried to drive by Schaefer, ends up with Peters, now in the corner. Sanders again for three. This one's good. Third triple on the night.
Yep. Shooting a high percentage from the three-point line.
Denny fires a high arcing ball that won't go. 10 seconds to go as McCrary crosses the timeline. 41-21 scoreline. Ball to Peters. Somehow able to feed it out to Dow. Corner three. Too long. And that's where the half will end. Tigers in front by 20 points. Audrey Dow has 7 of them. But it's really been Gracie Sanders, the newbie, with 11, and has powered the Tigers into this position.
It's been it's team effort, right? Everybody's chipping in and doing a lot of things. So that's a great first half for the Lady Tigers.
We will step aside for our halftime show. We'll run some ArrowVision videos and some commercials as well. Our halftime show brought to you by St. Francis. Keep it right here, live on ArrowVision.
Hey
Tiger family, Dylan Rivera here with your monthly update on the exciting progress we're making thanks to your continued support of the 2023 bond issue. Let's take a look at what's new across our district. This month, we're celebrating several major milestones made possible by your investment in our schools. At Rosewood Elementary and Highland Park Elementary, we recently held ribbon-cutting ceremonies to open new classroom additions designed to help manage student growth and keep class sizes low. These beautiful new learning spaces give students and teachers more room to connect, collaborate, and learn, ensuring that our youngest Tigers have the best possible start. Creekwood and Aspen Creek Elementaries will soon see similar improvements, all thanks to the 2023 bond. Moving up a few grade levels, we also celebrated the grand opening of the Sequoia 8th Grade Academy. This project has been years in the making, originally envisioned as part of the 2015 bond and interrupted by the pandemic. Community input and careful planning to stay within budget resulted in a beautiful, modern facility that reflects our district's commitment to maintaining low class sizes and providing exceptional learning environments. Now home to nearly 400 8th graders, Sega stands as a proud extension of the Sequoia campus and a shining example of what's possible when our community and district work together for students. We also celebrated the ribbon cutting for the Fine Arts remodel at the Broken Arrow High School, a project that gives one of the most successful arts programs in the nation even more room to shine. The newly renovated learning and rehearsal spaces will allow our talented student musicians, performers, and artists to reach new heights, both in the classroom and on the stage. These ribbon cuttings represent more than just new buildings. They're a reflection of our community's commitment to excellence and opportunity for every student. We're so thankful for your continued support of the 2023 bond issue, and we're looking forward to showing you more of the progress we're making in the months ahead. But until then, remember that in Broken Arrow Public Schools, the best is yet to come.
Hey Tigers, I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon. The city is preparing for the next general obligation bond election in April of 2026. Just like the improvements to Albany Street in front of the high school, bonds help pay for upgrades to public infrastructure like streets and intersections, public safety services, parks improvements, and more here in our great community. To find out more about the bond process, visit the city website. Thank you for helping us build our future. Broken Arrow, enjoy the rest of the game.
Hey BA Tiger fans, now's the time to show your school spirit. Support your favorite school with the Broken Arrow School Pride debit card from TTCU Federal Credit Union. The only card that gives back to Broken Arrow every time you use it.
Since the program began, TTCU has donated over $350,000 to Broken Arrow Public Schools. That's a lot of support from fans just like you.
Whether you're a student, parent, or proud Tiger fan, your everyday purchases can make a difference.
With TTCU, you're not just banking, you're backing your school and local community. Join the thousands of TTCU members who are already using the Broken Arrow card.
It's super simple. Use your BA card and TTCU donates.
Thank you, TTCU, and thank you, Tiger fans. Support our school with every purchase. Go Yay!
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling.
The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
Three, two, one.
The infamous gold jacket, I always thought that has a place in Broken Arrow history that he wore. And so today we'd like to unveil a kind of a special memento and case that we designed for Coach Waymeyer.
Hey, Tiger fans and family, here with Mr. Jerry Waymeyer, the former head coach for Broken Arrow girls basketball, won the 1983 state title, the first state championship in girls athletics here at Broken Arrow. Really cool accomplishment. And today honored with his own memorial section here at the Tiger Fieldhouse. He's got his yellow jacket in there. He's got some really cool little notes and things and pictures in there, and it's really awesome. You're gonna have to come out and see it. But Mr. Waymeyer, first I gotta ask you, just what are the emotions like? How are you feeling right now?
Well, I was very shocked when Chuck last year at the end of basketball season, he took me to the trophy case and gave me an idea of what they wanted to do, and I said, sure, that's fine. And then got closer and closer. And he says, well, you do still have that gold jacket there, don't you? And I said, yeah, I've got that gold jacket. When I was coaching, I wore it to the big game. I didn't wear it every night, but I wore it to big games and everything. Definitely had it on the state championship game.
Yes, sir.
That Saturday afternoon against Muskogee. And really feel honored, appreciate what you're doing here.
Well, talk to me a little bit about today and what it meant to you to have your family here and be a part of this celebration.
Yeah, well, we, as you can see, we got a pretty good sized family there and everything, but can't do it by yourself. You gotta, the family was behind me all the way, and then you gotta have good players, you gotta have good assistant coaches, and I was lucky. BA's special. It's, I was born and raised in Bixby and grew up pretty close.
Yeah.
And it's home. 45 years, it's home.
And it always will be now with the yellow jacket in the trophy case. And we're so excited to be able to honor your legacy. And Mr. Waymeyer, I haven't been able to talk to you for very long, but I can tell that you are a very genuine man. And
Welcome back to Tiger Fieldhouse. I'm Madison Dildine, joined by head coach Shane Coffey. Coach, how do you hope to maintain this lead?
We've talked early on the importance of applying a lot of pressure, kind of setting the tempo of this game, and I feel like we've done it in spurts, but we also kind of let off the gas a little bit. And I think that's part of being a young team, looking at the scoreboard and noticing where we are and not being able to go finish out possessions. I just feel like our team just has got to continue to lock in and do the little things. I know one of the big things we said, they cannot shoot the three. We got to make sure they don't shoot the three and also not get to the free throw line. And we've allowed both those things to happen in the first half. And I feel like if we can stop that, we'll shut them down.
Thanks, Coach.
thank you, Madison, and thank you, Coach Coffey, as we get his halftime thoughts with the Tigers up by 20 points. Dylan Rivera with Coach Tiff Jones. Madison Dildine is our sideline reporter. And, Coach, before we get into this second half of basketball, right before we hit the interview with Coach Coffey, we had our story on Jerry Waymeyer and the dedication that we have here in the Fieldhouse now for Coach Waymeyer and the 1983 state championship team and that yellow jacket that's in there. He's been around this program not just as a coach but as a supporter, as an athletic director. He's been here forever, and he's one of the kindest souls in this building. He absolutely is. I tell you what, I really value his friendship and just being able to spend some time with him over the years. I will say that I hadn't been here for maybe 1 or 2 years and got to meet him and really, I think, struck up a friendship with him. He used to visit me sometimes when I was over in A building in that office. He would swing by the school some days just to check on me and want to talk basketball. Even as I'd become an administrator at that point, it was no longer coaching, but just talk basketball with him. And I tell you what, during the 14-15 seasons when we were, and really even in 2016, it was just like he was here supporting the ladies and supporting the program. He was making phone calls to help us with, even some financial support when we were trying to get rings, being able to help a few students that didn't have the finances to be able to do that. And Coach Waymeyer he would probably be upset if I told anybody that, but he was behind the scenes really he was doing things that nobody knew about, but he does things to help support the Lady Tiger basketball program and also Broken Arrow School. So, yeah, I love that he's got a little spot up there in the Fieldhouse lobby. He looks so cool, and I can't think of a better person to honor. Absolutely. And as you talk about him, eat, sleep, breathe basketball, I mentioned it there in that story was we showed up for that dedication there in the trophy case, and he was in here watching basketball practice before it got started. Listen, he ain't ever gonna get tired of basketball. You can't talk too much basketball with Coach Waymeyer at all. He is
once again, he will talk as long as you want to stand there and talk basketball. He's in.
Well, let's talk some basketball here tonight as it is 41-21. The Tigers in front. Third quarter now beginning. Coach, what'd you see from that first half as the third quarter begins?
Well, I think, at the beginning of the game, we did see a few jitters, and I'm going to say, I'm not sure rust is the word, but just some jitters and trying to get some new things in. I think we settled down, but I think we've done a really good job controlling tempo, and we're making them play faster. Bartlesville doesn't want to play as fast as we want to play, and I think that's really given them some fits.
Gracie Sanders has been a revelation as she gets the floater there. Has knocked down 3 3-pointers already, and her tally is up to 16 now.
I mean, first possession, Dylan, defensively, we're giving them trouble.
Denny tries a corner three, can't answer back. And McCrary brings it up the floor. Dow comes around the screen, gets it off to Scarlett Shell. Into the corner, McCrary. McCrary driving in, swatted by Denny. Driving to the rim. Layup won't go. Good defense on the fast break opportunity by Gracie Sanders.
Like offensively, we're trying to still figure out a little bit, what are we looking for right here? Well, I'll take that, a layup.
Sanders can't get it to go, though. Dow gets the offensive rebound. Peters feeds it to Shell for three. No good.
A good look. It just, ball didn't fall. Well, that just hit her in the hands. I'll take that. That was a great pass to the, we'll take that.
And Shell lost the ball right back. Schaefer feeds it off to Gray, and the layup's good. Timeout for Broken Arrow, and Coach Coffey doesn't look happy.
No, we seem a little bit out of sync right now, both offensively and defensively.
Trying to come out of this halftime break, work through some of those kinks. Tigers up by 19, 43-22, 6:12 to go here in this third quarter. We'll step aside, come right back here live on ArrowVision.
It's time to update your kitchen, just for you. Kitchen Tune-Up will make your kitchen look and feel transformed. Let's create a kitchen that inspires and uplifts you. Kitchen Tune-Up. Update, upgrade, uplift.
Get your taste buds ready, because we're bringing all the drip and none of the drama with our new sauced and tossed Tender Bites. They're juicy, crispy, and sauced like a boss. Bite into your new obsession. Only at Slim Chickens.
Quickly back into the action. Ball inbounded to Johnson, who throws the ball away immediately. Certainly not what Coach Coffey wanted out of the timeout. Ball somehow kept in play by Zimmerman. She is now trapped in the corner. Swung to Schaefer. Three-pointer won't go. Rebound Johnson. Somehow evading trouble. Johnson pulls it out, gets it off to Gracie Sanders now. Sanders down low to Shell. Shell, layup, good.
That's a tough shot, Dylan. That was a really tough shot.
Jones drives inside, and Shell's there defensively this time. Sanders met quickly by Schaefer. And now Broken Arrow can settle things back down.
You know, there's a big difference between controlling tempo and really playing too fast. I know that I've worked for a few coaches, and one of the first coaches I worked for, he talked about don't play with your hair on fire. Like, this isn't a 3-alarm fire right now, right? Calm down. Play under control. We want to control tempo, and we want to play fast, but not too fast. And we seem to be struggling a little bit with just how fast do we want to play right now.
Ball gets away from Scarlett Shell on the pass from Kylie Johnson. Training staff looks like they're tending to Janaea McCrary right now. (45-23) inbounds to Jones, who can't buy it. Good defense from the Tigers.
I'm going to state something very obvious, but when your point guard is out, the one that's played the most at that position, that's going to make a big difference.
Tigers have started off this third quarter with a handful of turnovers, and they've got to correct course. Soraya Matthew checks in.
Yeah, we've definitely not taken care of the ball the first almost 4 minutes of the third quarter.
Ball gets away from Bartlesville as well. That's the good news, is that Bartlesville isn't really taking it to you right now, so
no.
The turnovers aren't really hurting you too much, but obviously don't want this to be something that is a lagging thing for Broken Arrow.
No, and I'm going to say for a lot of teams, especially early in the season, but there are times, another turnover right there. We had a good seal inside and just didn't make a great pass. But, how do you get through these desert periods? How do you get to the droughts where you're going through 2 or 3 minutes without buckets? And right now, Bartlesville hasn't been able to chip away at the lead, which is good for us. But you can't get by against good teams with having, long stretches of time without scoring. And so I'm sure Coach Coffey's thinking about that too.
Schaefer driving baseline. Dow there defensively, gets away from Schaefer. Johnson's feeling some pressure. Dow feeds it off to Matthew for three. Got it!
Great job breaking the pressure. They came down and got a wide open look.
Soraya Matthew goes down. Big collision between her and Cadence Gray, and it rolls out of play. Tiger basketball. And here's that three-pointer from Matthew. This is one thing that, we actually didn't really get to see last year from Soraya Matthew.
Yeah.
But you start to see those wrinkles in her game and what she's capable of doing with the ball in her hands.
That goes back to just different roles this year, right? And how are you going to contribute to the team winning?
Ball moving around. McCrary checks in now after spending some time with the training staff. Leah Peters for three. Off the mark. McCrary pressures. Schaefer, baseline, sidesteps, and it's a foul on Peters.
I think Peters felt like she was just going to get all ball right there.
So as we get used to these new names and new faces,
yes.
Leah Peters I had mentioned from Fort Gibson, Gracie Sanders from Coweta, but they actually had spent time in the summers together as AAU teammates, and coincidentally played AAU ball with Janaea McCrary as well. And so that's the connection, and they wanted to come play with each other here at Broken Arrow.
Well, a lot of it goes back to just, changes in high school athletics, right? With the transfers and I mean, just like I think all levels, college, is different now than what it used to be. And Bartlesville getting a three right there. That's what we didn't want to give them up. But just the changes that take place with student athletes moving around and going to different places. Another turnover for Lady Tigers. Coach Coffey's hands on his hips. He's not real happy right now with how we're not valuing the ball.
Bartlesville can't capitalize there. McCrary has the ball in her possession. A couple of Tigers running the floor with her. Kicks it out. Vogel will try a three-pointer. Off back iron. And rebound with Bartlesville. A lot of turnovers here in this third quarter. Matthew comes away with a steal. It's down on the floor. Gray's on top of it, but it goes out of play. They'll go back BA's way. So you see Bartlesville has brought this press, and all of a sudden the Tigers feel like they're in shambles trying to break it.
Yeah, I mean, Bartlesville was more successful with the press when Janaea wasn't in the game, but just like that, I mean, we got the ball back to the middle. That's how you break the press. Get the ball in the middle of the court. We had Janaea there literally bringing the ball to the court, and so if we can get the ball in the middle, we're going to be fine. I was going to say we've kind of fallen in love with the three-pointer. We were getting the ball inside easily, and not that you don't want to take three-point shots, but we don't want to get in that live and die category either. It needs to be a mixture.
McCrary picked up the basketball early at the top of the floor. Matthew drives hard to the rack, and she's got it. Tough bucket from Soraya Matthew.
That could have almost been an old-fashioned three-point play right there because there was a lot of contact.
And a nice bucket there from Zimmerman on the scoop shot. Peters sidesteps Jones, but they'll call her for the foul. we'll get a second look at that Soraya Matthew bucket. She had a face of determination on that.
I was going to say, we talk about people in their leadership roles. Soraya's going to bring the competition, right? Like, she don't back down from anybody. And so I love that. And I love her spirit and how she's going to make her presence known when she's on the court.
McCrary goes baseline, floater's too strong. And it stays with Broken Arrow. .50-30 with a minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. Matthew dribbles up into a mid-range pull-up. And the rebound with Bartlesville. Good trap from Broken Arrow. But the Bruins able to get away from it. Zimmerman's swarm now. Isham, Dow diving on it. And they'll call it against Audrey Dow.
Tell you what, Audrey has done a great job defensively tonight. I mean, yeah, she's put some points on the board, but what I like is she's guarded their team's best player. You know, when Schaefer's been out there, she's guarded her almost the whole time. But she's gotten her hands on a lot of balls, but lots of touches, lots of deflections, maybe keeping things alive, got some rebounds. So she's contributed a lot of ways on the stat sheet.
McCrary trying to feed it up to Dow. Fast break, layup, good!
Just like that, right?
It's happened a couple of times tonight where we're doing the opposite of the announcer's curse, where if we just start talking about a player, they make a good play.
Well, I think we can do that, right? Start talking about all kinds of things.
Schaefer will try a three-pointer. She leaves it short. Less than 40 seconds. McCrary speeding down the floor. Going up for a layup and can't get it to go. She comes up gimpy. McCrary went straight to the bench, and the training staff going to check on her.
Yeah.
Here's that layup from Dow. That thing just sat on the rim. Felt reminiscent of that Kawhi Leonard buzzer beater years ago for the Raptors.
Yes.
Bouncing all around the rim, waiting on it to fall. .30 seconds to go here in the third. Pass took a deflection. Schaefer still somehow able to reel it in. Drives into the bucket and gets it off the window for two.
Talk about the Red Sea parting right there. She just picked up the ball, and it was like you could have driven a truck through there.
Varner gets it to Sanders, who draws the foul. Coming in like a Mack truck into Cadence Gray.
Once again, just physical play, crashing the boards. I love when you see players that will take it up strong and not just be, you know, I've seen players go in there with their eyes closed, like, oh, don't hit me. But we've got several out there, Soraya and Gracie have both, and really in Audrey tonight, just demonstrating, hey, we're going to take it into you. And they're going to take it up through their chin.
Sanders has looked really good in her Tiger debut. She's up to 18 now with another First National Bank free throw on the way. Two for two. Good pressure from Jaslyn Varner. Denny just throws it up toward the rim, and no shot at making that one. Great defense from the sophomore Varner. 56-32 scoreline. 8 minutes to go in this one. The Tigers leading the way here in game number 1 of the season. Keep it right here, live on ArrowVision.
Oh, I got my order wrong.
This is me, Jessica. And this is
Jessica?
not my coffee. And my friend said, oh wait, Quick Trip. And she said, you don't have to tell me your name. Please, serve yourself. And I was all, oh, then this happened.
Yeah, someone stole my drink.
That's how I learned Quick Trip has lattes on tap. And I will never have to tell a barista my name again. Quick Trip, raise your coffee bar.
It's time to update your kitchen just for you. Kitchen Tune-Up will make your kitchen look and feel transformed. Let's create a kitchen that inspires and uplifts you. Kitchen Tune-Up. Update, upgrade, uplift.
Hey Tigers, get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today.
Welcome back live on ArrowVision at the Tiger Fieldhouse. Still in Rivera with Coach Tiff Jones, Madison Dildine, our sideline reporter. Going into the final quarter of play, the Tigers with a 24-point lead. A little bit of 6-7 in the building. Our sideline reporter, Madison Dildine, was listening in between that third and fourth quarter.
Coach said, hey, listen, that was so sloppy. They had us on our heels. He said we cannot just continue to go through the motions or they will score. Dylan.
Thank you, Madison. Broken Arrow very quickly out of that commercial break, snapping down on the basketball and forcing a turnover.
Well, Audrey Dow gets a touch right off the bat, and two people dive on the floor. And so I think the intensity, and that's what Coach Coffey's wanting from any team. It's hard to play super intense when you're up by 20. But this is going to be one of those learning things for us, is we've got to learn to really focus in and in some sense, ignore the scoreboard. Play like you're down 20, not up 20.
Peters throws a bullet to Soraya Matthew, and they'll say it's a turnover for the Tigers. Coach, we've talked so much about how much is new this year, and the senior class that left Broken Arrow as Leah Peters gets a blocked shot, and Schaefer knocks down the mid-range jumper. Broken Arrow lost their top 7 points per game scorers from last year, returning only 2 of their regular rotation players. That's none of their starters back this year. And the number that you and I thought was eye-popping is Audrey Dow finds an open corner three, leaves it short. Sanders the offensive rebound, floater, bounces around the rim, and cashes out. The number that you and I thought was pretty surprising was you lost 58.9 points per game of the 65.8 you scored each time out last year.
That is wow, is what that is.
Yeah.
I mean, as a coach, you think, man, that's a huge number. And once again, when you've got those kids as seniors and they've been around for so long, that's awesome, and you reap the benefits of that. But then the next year, it changes everything, right? And it's a lot of, and I don't think Coach Coffey thinks it's a rebuilding year. I think it was a reloading year, and I think that's been the attitude all along, is that we're going to come out, we're going to compete at a high level, and we do look different this year with different names, right, and different things that we're really going to excel at. But that doesn't mean that we're not good.
Three-pointer from Zimmerman is short. And that'll likely be a foul on Dow as she fell on the Bruin from behind.
She earned that one, right? She earned all of that foul.
And she'll be checking out of the game now. And Scarlett Shell will return to the floor.
Yeah, those are, mathematically, just those numbers are, that's a lot to process as a coach and as a player, and really even people, if you're scouting a team and you think about what they ran last year, we are very different than what we ran. I mean, it's just different. And
three-pointer won't go for Denny. Rebounds Sanders. Well, you had done the numbers on the calculator and figured out that was roughly 90% of the Tigers' scoring from last year out the door.
I think if you told very many coaches that you're going to lose 90% of your scoring, but in your first game you're going to be up by 24 points, I think they would take that all day long, right?
Absolutely. Three-pointer from Zimmerman goes right through. Matthew driving into the lane, takes the foul, and she will go to the First National Bank free throw line. Zimmerman on the other end hit a three-pointer. Three-pointers tonight brought to you by the Arrow Group. I'm saying that to remind myself to say it.
Sometimes we get busy talking about the game, right?
Yeah. Tell you what, we can give the Arrow Group some love right now. How about that?
I love it.
The Arrow Group is a division of Alliant Insurance Services, proud to support Broken Arrow Public Schools. With deep roots in our community, the Arrow Group provides customized insurance and risk management solutions for businesses across the region. Proud partners of education, proud partners of Broken Arrow. Second free throw, no good. Leah Peters gets the rebound, kicks it out to Scarlett Shell, who has all kinds of time, but leaves it off the back iron. Another offensive board. Sanders goes up strong, and she's fouled.
She's been relentless on the boards tonight.
Foul called on Bruins number 22. Shayla Bishop, second personal foul, second team foul. Number 33, Gracie Sanders to the line, shooting 2.
Free throws, of course, brought to you by First National Bank. Let me tell you about them, Coach.
I would love to hear about that.
First National Bank of Broken Arrow is the oldest family-owned bank, originated in Tulsa County and Broken Arrow's oldest business, serving this community since day one and still all in for our schools, our students, and our Tigers. That's the First National Bank of Broken Arrow. 61-37. Denny crosses over. Lost control of it, but still with the Bartlesville Bruins. Schaefer drives in, and now she's headed to the First National Bank free throw line.
See Peters down there talking to her teammates just about help. That's going to be one of those things like, I mean, you know that's their best player. She's going to the basket, and we should have, really our defenders should be in the paint. It's got to be a group effort, and we're about a step away from where we need to be consistently to take a charge.
Well, this is one thing that with so many new faces and so many players getting moved up to the varsity level, that's going to be a big adjustment. Is a year ago, all of those girls knew where each other were going to be on the floor. That's offensively and defensively.
Right.
This group going to have to adjust to that.
Yeah, and really it's, you know, a lot of times I think defensively it's not the first rotation, it's the second rotation. And are we helping the helper? And are we, you know, if we're 2 passes away, we have a foot in the lane to be in help position. And so we are moving in the right direction. And those are one of the things, I just think we're going to see a change. I think even in the month of December, by the time we get to winter break, we're going to see a change in how they're really rotating and helping each other and playing together.
Timeout charged to Broken Arrow. Timeouts, of course, brought to you by TTCU. And we will take one as well. And be right back here live on ArrowVision.
It's time to update your kitchen, just for you. Kitchen Tune-Up will make your kitchen look and feel transformed. Let's create a kitchen that inspires and uplifts you. Kitchen Tune-Up. Update, upgrade, uplift.
Get your taste buds ready, because we're bringing all the drip and none of the drama with our new sauced and tossed tender bites. They're juicy, crispy, and sauced like a boss. Bite into your new obsession. Only at Slim Chickens.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Quick Trip, proud partner of Broken Arrow Public Schools, investing in the future of our students. Thank you, Quick Trip. Also want to tell you about the Broken Arrow Public Schools Foundation. They're celebrating 33 years of support for our schools. Visit bapsfoundation.org to become a Tiger 10 donor. Let's say that 10 times fast. Tiger 10 donor. Madison Dildine, our sideline reporter, was listening into the huddle there in the timeout, and she's got a report for us.
That I do. Coach Coffey was not too thrilled with that, expressing some frustration for the girls not going for 50-50 plays. He was reminding them that that's what's going to finish out games, and he wanted them to remember that we have to go for 50-50 plays. Dylan.
Thank you, Teacher of the Year, Madison Dildine. Got to make sure we get that in.
That's a big shout out right there.
Broken Arrow High School's co-Teacher of the Year, along with Miss Alice Heckler. 61-41. Broken Arrow now having to feel some pressure as Bartlesville picks up full court. McCrary back out into the game. Sanders gets the ball, goes hard to the rim, and again will go to the free throw line. It's one thing that I've learned from Gracie Sanders early is she is not afraid of contact.
No, I love it. Once again, she's not going to back down. She's going to drop her shoulder. She's going to go through the defense. And she's taking it up strong enough that, I mean, really, she's getting the shots off, and they're having a chance to go in. Not everybody will go through that hard. I think she kind of go through a brick wall. It's kind of what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
Number 0, Kylie Johnson checking in for the Tigers. And number 13, Jalen Navy checking in for the Bruins.
Sanders full game total is at 23 and make it 24 now after another made free throw. Schaefer in the corner, drives baseline, floater, up and good. McCrary gets it off to Johnson as they break the press and get across half court. Soraya Matthew with position down low, turns the corner and goes too strong off the backboard. Zimmerman pushes it the other way, and another foul on Audrey Dow, and that's number 5.
Foul called on Tigers number 3, Audrey Dow.
Tell you what, Audrey did she's had a solid game tonight, Dale. 9 points. Okay, I've got her for 6 or 7 rebounds. I mean, she's contributed a lot of things that aren't even going to show up on the stat sheet because she's just keeping the ball alive, maybe tapping to somebody else. She had a couple fouls that were she was going 100 miles an hour because she was playing that hard, and I think that I'd almost called a little tackle down there on the wing. Right, her 4th foul was just that. So you got a player that's playing that hard, and she's doing so many things that aren't going to show up on the stat line.
Sanders gets it off to Matthew, but the pass just a little too strong, and she can't corral it. Another turnover for Broken Arrow. That's going to be the number that we'll have to watch next time out because it has been a problem here tonight.
Yeah, and they really haven't faced a ton of pressure, and so that's something that we've got to definitely improve on is taking care of the basketball.
Schaefer misfires from outside. Another turnover for Broken Arrow as Johnson swarmed. And a foul now on McCrary as Schaefer puts up the jumper. That is McCrary's first. So no trouble there.
Well, you like that. You don't ever want your point guard, right? That's you can come up with a lot of things, but you want to have your point guard on the court, and point guards that get in foul trouble, man, that's scary. And so that's a good first start. I mean, that's kind of a weird stat to think about, but keeping your point guard on the court is so important.
She has been dealing with some injuries here tonight, but has been able to carry on. But certainly any coach would take their point guard picking up their first foul late, wouldn't you, Coach?
All day long. That's as easy. Well, speaking of easy.
Sanders in the and one. An exclamation point on a big victory here tonight. And Gracie Sanders has made her presence known here at BA.
Breaking the press off a pass like that and getting the ball to the backside for, it was a contested layup. But, man, when you come down and get a layup like that, especially with Gracie Sanders, that's like taking a 50-pound bag of flour and making a big old biscuit. Easy. Love it.
Does a 50-pound bag of flour make a big old biscuit?
I think it does. It's going to make a good one.
It's either one big biscuit or a few little ones.
Number 15,
Sammy Schaefer going back to the line.
Free throws brought to you by First National Bank. And I want to tell you about one of our other One Club sponsors, St. Francis. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by the St. Francis Health System, now hiring across the region with multiple expansions, training programs, and scholarship opportunities. There's never been a better time to join a growing team committed to exceptional care. Learn more at stfrancis.com. So Schaefer brings the Bruins total to 46. Johnson driving, sidestepping, layup good.
Oh, and a steal by McCrary just like that.
And McCrary doubles up. BA now at 69. And another foul on Broken Arrow. This one goes against Kylie Johnson. Here's a replay for you. Johnson drives to the right side. Look at this sweet move. Taking Isham dancing.
You know, it felt like for a little bit that Bartlesville was making a run. The momentum had changed a little bit, and just like that, I mean, it's like Broken Arrow just takes it right back.
Broken Arrow and Bartlesville met 3 times last year, and all 3 of them blowout victories for the Tigers. 82-44, 65-24, 97-40. You do the math, that's a combined 244 to 108.
It's good math, Dylan.
I used my calculator. McCrary feeds it inside. Peters fires up a post hook. Got fouled on the way up, and it just rolled off the rim.
Tell you about strong inside play right there. Good post position and entry pass, and we weren't able to finish, but she got fouled pretty good on that shot. So it's good to see once again. We've had multiple players really being able to go inside and seal and get the ball inside. So Sarai's done some stuff inside, Leah's done some stuff, and so obviously Gracie's hit a lot of outside shots tonight, but scoring in the paint, those three really contributed down there.
70 points up on the board in game number 1 of this young season. Peters has 6 of them. Soraya Matthew with 13. Gracie Sanders with a phenomenal 26-point performance. McCrary steals it, running the other way. Up ahead to Sanders, and Bartlesville stepped out. Sanders is cramping.
Out of bounds, stays with the Tigers. Timeout for injury.
She's smiling through the cramps. At least you know she's not in too much pain.
I think I could hear her say help when she started laughing. I tell you what, Broken Arrow's got the best, sports medicine team out there.
Shout out to Taylor Coatsworth.
Absolutely.
In the building tonight. Gotta drink your pickle juice, kids.
I think a lot of our student athletes, once again, they get a little spoiled here at Broken Arrow with our facilities and the healthcare stuff they get, and then if they're fortunate enough to get to go to play the next level, it's not every next level is going to have what we have here. And so it is always interesting when kids come back and they're like, well, we had more, and I'm like, yeah, I know.
There's a reason that sometimes when I was growing up, I'd tell people I went to Broken Arrow High School, and they'd say, Broken Arrow University? It really is like a small college sometimes.
Absolutely.
Matthew can't get either layup to go. Peters gets it and takes a whack on the head.
She took a hard shot there, didn't she?
She'll go to the free throw line. She might need to visit St. Francis. Broadcast tonight is brought to you by Shields. Shields is a proud partner of Broken Arrow Public Schools. From Nike to Hoka to Adidas, find all the iconic brands you love with the experts to help you choose. We'll have you feeling and performing your best right here at Tulsa Shields, located at the Woodland Hills Mall. Less than 2 minutes until the final buzzer sounds. And we don't want you to go anywhere. If you stay right here on this very link on YouTube or on ArrowVision.tv or on Facebook, wherever you may be watching, we've got the boys game immediately following this one. Supposed to tip off at 8 p.m., and we'll have that for you. McCrary takes another shot. And she has been involved physically here tonight at 110%.
There's been a lot of whistles the last 2 minutes of this game. It's been a lot of stoppage of play. A lot of fouls called.
Number 5, Emma Zimmerman to the line, shooting 2.
Zimmerman at the free throw line. One thing that changes every year at the basketball scene, doesn't change every year in football, so it's a little different, is the district opponents.
Yeah.
Broken Arrow's opponents this year, you could say, may be an easy draw in some cases and a really difficult draw in at least one particular case.
There's definitely one that stands out from all the rest, right? And really, I talked to Coach Coffey earlier about that. Yeah, once again in football, you know what you're going to have, because it's done so far in advance, and basketball is in a little bit different situation when they're waiting to see that list to see who's going to fall at number 33, the 33 alert, in the state, basically. Who's going to be 5A, who's going to be 6A, where the class breakdown is going to be. And it makes this more challenging. It makes it more challenging for scrimmages because you can't wait too long, but you don't want to scrimmage somebody you're going to play in district play either.
Johnson tries a tough fadeaway, and it goes soaring over the rim. The district opponents this season, PC North.
Oh, boy.
And that's the one we're talking about.
That's the one, yeah.
Bartlesville, as you see here tonight, Stillwater, Capitol Hill, Jenks, Muskogee, and Edmond Santa Fe.
Yeah,
PC
when they
North.
went to districts, it really did. It changed a lot for basketball. I mean, it still feels a little bit new because we're still kind of trying to figure some things out. But
Sophia Vogel gets her first varsity bucket right underneath the rim and expands the lead for Broken Arrow. Isham comes right back with a layup of her own. Looks like the Tigers have taken their foot off the gas, and so has Bartlesville, to be fair. Vogel breaking away, saving the play. And time will tick out on a Tiger victory. Denny tries a three, it's too long. And now Zimmerman will fire one up. It's too short. And Johnson gets the rebound, and she should be able to take this down the floor and just dribble it out. Broken Arrow picking up a big win in game number 1. 19 points over the Bartlesville Bruins. And that's the right way to begin the season.
nothing wrong with that. Anytime you can get a win on your first time out, especially with so many younger players and new faces, I think Coach Coffey will be happy with the win. You're always going to find things you want to do better. We all know that. And so he's going to talk about some of those things, I'm sure. But I think this was a great start for us and for a lot of new faces for Lady Tigers to celebrate tonight.
One thing that I know this team and this coaching staff is very proud of is that it is now a 19-game home winning streak. That is something that they wear on their sleeve as a badge of honor. And they're going to look to expand that winning streak next Tuesday night against Edmond Santa Fe here on their home floor. We'll have that broadcast for you live on ArrowVision. But before they get to that game, they got to go through the Bishop Kelly Invitational. That's the next matchup. They'll take on Tulsa McLean, 4A team, at 4 p.m. on Thursday. That's the next contest for the Lady Tigers. 74-55, the final score in game one. And Madison Dildine, our sideline reporter, is on the floor with Coach Coffey.
Coach, what did you learn about your team tonight?
A lot. We've got a lot to do. Just getting back to the drawing board, going to work. I knew this first game we'd have the jitters. We had a bunch of new kids playing big minutes in a varsity encounter, and I thought our kids played really hard. They just didn't play always the wisest, in situations, and it was a sloppy game at times. And we just got to get a little bit smarter. But I think just sharpening that iron day by day, we'll get where we need to be when it matters most.
There's a lot of basketball ahead of us. What are you most excited for as we look ahead?
Well, right now we've got 3 more games this week, getting to go to the Bishop Kelly tournament. I really think it's going to be an opportunity for us to mesh more, start to have a little more continuity in what we do offensively, especially. Hopefully get a little bit better on our defensive rotations as well. But excited about this group. They want to work, they want to get better, they want to win, and that's an important ingredient.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madison. Thank you, Coach Coffey. And a 74-55 win. Coach, we don't have a sponsor currently for our player of the game. That's a shout out to anybody who may be interested.
Come on.
A player of the game for you. Coach Jones, do you have somebody circled? Because I certainly think there's one that stands out.
Well, I think there were 2 that really had great games. One's going to be the first time to be in a Broken Arrow Lady Tiger uniform. But honestly, I think Janae McCrary, she led us in rebounds tonight, which is interesting for your point guard to do that.
Yeah.
But the contribution of the rebounds, the assists, the steals, I think what she provided, the steadiness on the court, we saw when she left the court, it really did. I mean, it changed the complexion of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so for her to be on the court, I think she did so many things tonight that really kind of set the tone. I think she was the steady, right? And that's what you've got to have from your point guard. So, man, Gracie Sanders, I would say, like, newcomer. If we had a newcomer of the game, newcomer of the program, she certainly, because she scored a lot tonight and brought a lot to the table. But I do like what Janaea brought. She brought every stat line she owned tonight.
As you bring up the rebounding numbers, I looked at the height, and the shortest player listed on the Broken Arrow roster is Janaea McCrary.
Well, that shows you when you just go get the ball and how being aggressive and bringing you got to have some basketball IQ.
Mm-hmm.
But I know in the first quarter she was our leading rebounder. In the first half she was our leading rebounder. And I know I missed some during the game, but I still think she might have been the leading rebounder for the entire game, which, once again, that's just effort.
And as you talk about the newcomers, obviously Gracie Sanders with the standout performance, but we also called Leah Peters' name a lot tonight.
Did.
She was very active down low and a player that I think with some time and with some more comfortability with how this offense flows, you're going to see her start to flourish.
Well, and I think, Coach Coffey talked about they got 3 more games this week. They're still trying to figure each other out a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I think even by next Tuesday, we're going to see a lot of growth even in 7 days because they're going to put a lot of time together. And Peters, man, her athleticism, that's just phenomenal because there's just some things you can't coach. Like, you just got it. And she's definitely what she's going to bring to the program and to the team this year. There's going to be a lot of people contributing. It is really going to be a whole lot of what Coach Coffey said. They got to gel and they got to figure some things out playing together. So you see pieces and they're sprinkled throughout. It's just putting it all together.
I think about it a lot like a cake. You've got all the ingredients that you have there that you can make this great cake with, but if you pull it out of the oven within 1 minute, you're not going to like that cake. You're going to say there's a lot of things that are wrong with this cake.
Yeah.
You got to let that thing cook. You got to let it go throughout the season,
Absolutely.
heat up, because you know what? You want it to be really good by March, right? That's the product that you want to be able to put out on the floor and be proud of is what you have in February and in March. So you got to let that cake be in the oven for a little while. You got to let it cook because by the time that it's ready to go, it's going to be ready at the right time.
Yeah, and I think that, even staying with your cake analogy, it's everybody doing the right thing. It's like, what is their role? Because you can't have everybody do the same thing. Everybody's got to be able to contribute. This is going to be a total team effort. Everyone's going to have to pitch in scoring. We're going to have to pitch in with assists and rebounds. And so you've got to have that total team approach in order for us to be successful this year.
Can't all be the icing.
That's
Some of us have got to be the flour, right?
Somebody's got to be the flour.
The 50-pound bag of flour. Somebody's got to be
If you're not making biscuits, then you can make a cake with it. I'll say that. I'll always take that.
Well, we thank you for tuning into our first game here tonight. The boys getting ready to tip off. As you can see them warming up down there on the floor. Coach Tiff Jones has been our color commentator tonight. Madison Dildine, our sideline reporter. We'll sign off for a short period of time here and come right back with tip-off of the boys in a few minutes. All right, Tiger fans, I'm now joined by head coach Bo Wallace. And Coach, tonight, Bartlesville, but I want to talk first just big picture. How excited are you for this season, and what should Tiger fans expect about this year's team?
Well, I'm always excited. The first game of the season, and getting to play at home is always good. New group, just for me, it's the fun part about coaching, to see, where we are in August to where we are in December to where we are in March. And so the guys have been working really hard. It's a different group. It's going to be a different style of basketball that with a little flavor of the same style, but just a different group, and excited to see where they grow from here.
Yeah, it should be an exciting game tonight. You've got Bartlesville in the building, and they're a team that was a scrappy, tough bunch last year. Are you expecting the same thing this year?
Absolutely. I think they're a team that's going to throw out a lot of different defenses aggressively on the ball. They're going to be trapping. They're going to do a lot of things to kind of go against their size, because they're not very big. So they've got to try to do a lot of other things to make us play ugly. And so we've got to be strong with the basketball. We've got to look over top of the traps, look over the top of the press, and throw the ball where it needs to get to, and not try to dribble through everything. So I'm excited to see how our guys handle that.
Tip off now just moments away, Coach. We're looking forward to it. Appreciate it.
Yes, Slip and Slide Records. Finna take it to the highs. Just get on up and get down. We don't play, we take it to the house. MIA, take it to the house. It's the way we take it to the house. Take it to the house, take it to the house. 305, take it to the house. Oh, we got that fire, take it to the house. Slip and slide, take it to the house. Take it to the house, take it to the house. 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 Take it to the house.
Welcome in live on ArrowVision to the Tiger Fieldhouse. Dylan Rivera here with Adam Wink, and our color commentator, and Madison Dildine is our sideline reporter. Broken Arrow boys basketball is back in action for the first game of their new season. We just had the girls game. Now we've got the boys game. As always a lot of fun here on ArrowVision. And this first game of the season going up against Bartlesville. Adam, Broken Arrow got the better of them both times last year. This Bruins team coming in here today looks very similar in terms of skill level and what to expect.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, welcome to Broken Arrow basketball 2025-26, right? Both teams are going to be coming out on fire. I expect both teams to come out trying to make this a track meet. Yeah. Expect a lot of firepower from the three-point line, and it's going to get an exciting start to our season.
A lot of new faces. We had that happen with the girls' game. We went through all of the new faces and everybody stepping up into bigger roles, and it's a very similar story here with the boys as they lost a lot of seniors last year, and this year bring in a lot of new guys, not just from their own program that have moved up the ladder, but also from outside and have come in because of those new transfer rules in the OSSAA.
In particular for Broken Arrow, watch for Aiden Clark and Corbin Dow, one of the too few of Broken Arrow that have had some experience at this level, even though, of course, Aiden coming in at the 3A level, but still having that experience.
Corbin Dow, of course, is the major returning starter here for the Tigers, and he will be getting the start tonight for the first time really in his as a main starter. He started a couple of games last year in place of injuries, but he is going to be the number one guy along with Aiden Clark, as you had mentioned. Aiden Clark coming from Inola. The rest of the starting lineup for the Tigers, number 2, Oliver Wallace, and he comes by way of Booker T. Washington. Number 5, Coy Lemons, a player that was here last year for Broken Arrow, but he came in from Verdigris last year. And Troy Bell will get the start inside number 32. The starting lineup, 4 of the 5 are seniors, so very quickly you see senior heavy in the starting lineup at least, but across the bench unit, there's still a lot of youth. Oliver Wallace in the starting lineup as a junior, but then you've also got the Sutton twins that are sophomores. Josiah Wilson, we'll probably see some of him tonight. He's a junior, and you may see some other guys get in the game that are underclassmen, and it'll be fun to see how this team meshes just from a standpoint of having so many new faces having to meld together out on the floor.
Well, not to mention losing Gene Mason this early in the season, as disappointing as that is, and making a great recovery. Broken Arrow has that time since the injury and through this season to come together as a team and try to fill that void that Gene gives this team.
Gene broke his ankle in the preseason and the lead up to this season, and is unfortunately going to miss most of this year for Broken Arrow. We'll see if he's able to make a return deep into this season. Might be possible if Broken Arrow makes a playoff run that you could see some of him late, but unless the Tigers reach that stage, he will be out for the entirety of this year. And we hope for the best with his recovery as he tries to get back to the floor. The starters for Bartlesville, number 3, Luke Massey is a sophomore. Number 5, Hunter Holmes is a sophomore. Number 11, Trey Collins, a senior. Number 12, Dennis Duncan, a senior. And number 20, Bryson Gutierrez is a sophomore. And Adam, as I had mentioned, this team struggled last year. They ended up going 1-18 last year. But already 1-0 on this season, so we'll see if the path has changed.
Hey, of course. I mean, it's the beginning of a new season. You're going to see both teams, I'm sure, show a little bit of that rust. It's early in the year. Teams are still meshing. You got to respect your opponent. You never know what's going to happen. This Bartlesville team likes to shoot it. You never know. It might be their night. So you look for Broken Arrow to get out on the run and transition.
Well, all eyes are on center court as we tip off the 25-26 season for the Broken Arrow boys basketball team. Point guard for Broken Arrow, Oliver Wallace, brings it up the floor. This is Aiden Clark, number 22. Can't miss him on the floor. Wallace with the handles, kicks it to Bell. Bell goes up strong, gets his own miss, and puts it back in for the first bucket of the year.
Yeah, good cut by Bell to the basket. Coach Wallace really preaching, cutting, aggressive, moving off the ball. So you can kind of see the Broken Arrow Tigers coming right out of the gate with some fire. And why not? It's opening night.
Absolutely. Come out and get a bucket to start things out. Get off on the right foot. Duncan kicks it over to the wing. Bartlesville brings the ball up to the top. This is Collins trying to get around Dow. It's poked loose. He's down on the floor.
Good defensive discipline by Broken Arrow on this possession.
It's one thing that Bo Wallace coach teams have been known for. Disciplined defense, making it difficult all night long. And Duncan airballs his first jumper and a missed follow-up by Luke Massey. Dow gets him up in the air, kicks it down to Bell. Layup good.
Love the extra pass by Dow. Again, another point from Coach Wallace, making that extra pass.
Early 4-0 lead. Duncan driving, sliding, swatted. Aiden Clark with the rejection. Now Oliver Wallace goes to work, driving and kissing it off the window for 2.
Yeah, impressive strength on both on the offense and the defensive sides of the ball here in the first few possessions for Broken Arrow.
A tough bucket for Wallace. Should see him get on the score sheet quite a bit this year. In their 3 preseason games, he averaged over 10 points per contest. Missed shot from Collins, rebound down.
Broken Arrow forcing Bartlesville to have to take tough shots.
Clark steps into a 3-pointer. Tray ball is cash.
That's the way that Coach Wallace wants this team to be able to get out and run and transition. That's exactly the way they want to play this basketball game.
Up-tempo basketball suits this year's team, much like it did last year. Broken Arrow going to try to turn you over, play solid defense, and then run down the other way at full pace. Collins trying to shake off Dow. Now defended by Lemons. Turned the corner on Coy and drew the whistle. For our keys to the game, brought to you by Broken Arrow Public Schools Foundation, we'll go down to our sideline reporter, Madison Dildine.
To win this game defensively, it is none or one. Bartlesville can get no shot attempts or one shot attempt only. Defense rebounding is a must. We also must have high hand closeouts. Offensively, we need to play through fouls and then make free throws. And they can't guard what they can't catch. We have to move the ball, make them guard sideline to sideline, and make the one more pass. The goal tonight is 10+ assists. Dylan?
All right, Madison, I appreciate it. A lot of good insight there from what the locker room is thinking going into this one.
And you could see Bartlesville's offense really runs through Collins and Duncan, number 11 and 12. Essentially, the ball is in their hands most of the time. So look to see when the ball's not in their hands, where are those guys going on those off-ball screens?
The inbound pass is going to come in from Hudson Eads. Collins will try a really deep 3-pointer. It's too strong. Clark feeds it up to Lemons. Lemons spins, puts it up off the glass. Bell nearly got the putback. Now Bartlesville off to the races.
Yeah, impressive defensive effort there by Broken Arrow.
Good high hands close out there from Bell. Unable to buy the 3-pointer.
But it took about till 4:15 before Bartlesville got a really good shot.
Oliver Wallace loses the basketball. Duncan on the breakaway, feeds it to Collins, and it's swatted away by Corbin Dow. And now Wallace comes in from behind, but a whistle. Corbin Dow said, "Not today, my son."
Yeah, Collins never really stood a chance there. You could just see Dow running him down.
Sent that one nearly all the way back to Bartlesville. Duncan's free throw good. Free throws tonight brought to you by First National Bank.
And one of the keys that I know Coach Wallace was talking about in the Broken Arrow team, trying to hold Bartlesville to under 9 points a quarter. And they held them for 1 point in the first 4 minutes of this quarter, so impressive defensive effort thus far.
1 point coming by way of a free throw, and the second point not happening yet. 9-1 scoreline. Lemons, quick trigger, leaves it short. Bell gets the offensive board, puts it on the floor, powers through contact, and gets the finish over the top.
I've been impressed with Bell so far down low, getting lots of rebounds and good looks and second chance opportunities there.
Troy Bell not necessarily a focal point of the offense most nights, but tonight with the size mismatch, he can certainly feast on these Bruins. Rebound Clark, outlet pass to Bell. Back up to the top. Ball poked loose by Bartlesville. Collins running out. Dow is there. Strong shoulder check. And a good move. Gets Trey Collins up on the board.
Interesting no call. That looked like it could have been an offensive foul.
Clark drives to the rim and lays it up. 13-3 now, less than 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. Duncan driving, kicking, corner three, off the mark. Wallace kicks to Lemons. Lemons sidesteps, and the lefty finish from number 5.
Yeah, good footwork to finish at the rim on that transition basket. Now, Bartlesville's insisting on trying to get these three-pointers, and nothing has fallen so far.
Well, the Tigers trapping up high. Look at the length up at the top of the floor. Corbin down, Troy Bell, Coy Lemons. A lot of long arms out there. And stepping out of bounds was Hudson Eads, a turnover for Bartlesville. And now Broken Arrow will bring in a new crew. 3 faces we haven't seen at the varsity level yet. And 2 of them are going to be hard to tell apart. Matthias Sutton and William Sutton, twin brothers. Matthias wears number 3, Will wears number 10. And the third Tiger that checked in was Josiah Wilson, number 23.
And the Sutton twins, both sophomores. Bright futures here with the Tigers for the next couple years.
They are bucket getters. Will Sutton averaged 11 points per game in their 3 preseason contests this year. A microwave scorer off the bench. A timeout here early as Matthias Sutton gets trapped near the half-court line. We'll take a quick timeout. Come right back here live on ArrowVision.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Welcome back to the Tiger Fieldhouse. Dylan Rivera with Adam Winkin, Madison Dildine on the sidelines. It's 15-3 with 2:02 still to go in this first quarter. Broken Arrow has opened it up and just ripped these Bartlesville Bruins apart here to start this ballgame.
Yeah, Broken Arrow dictating the pace from the get-go and really hasn't let off the gas.
Matthias Sutton to Will. And now Matthias will try a 3. It's good!
That's one way to beat the zone. Start shooting if they're going to give you that open shot, and you know he can shoot it.
Those guys can shoot the cover off the ball. You might remember that Sutton name. Justice Sutton played for the Tigers just a couple of years ago. And they're following in the footsteps of their older brother. Trouble for Bartlesville. Still trying to find a way away from the Tiger pressure. 3-point try again won't go for Bartlesville. Sutton up the floor. Dow feeds it to Clark, rising up and rejected by Bartlesville.
Yeah, great defensive play by Bartlesville. I love the extra pass by Dow.
Luke Massey gets the block. And now another change for Broken Arrow, as they'll bring in number 30, Savion McAllister.
Number 30, Savion McAllister, for the Tigers.
McAllister, another fun player to watch because he is just a freshman.
And already 6'6".
Coach Wallace has talked to me about the fact that he never gets a 6'10", 7-foot player like some of these other schools. Huge block by Josiah Wilson. Bartlesville still retaining possession. Wilson, they described him as the energizer for this team. And he got that big block there, but Bartlesville gets the second chance points with Collins at the rim. Stolen away by the Bruins.
Ill-advised pass. One of the few mistakes you've seen Broken Arrow make.
And a travel on Collins. It'll go back BA's way.
You can kind of see now that we're starting to get some of these more defensive substitutions. We're getting some different looks. You can tell Broken Arrow still getting used to just playing together this early part of the season.
I think not only that, but I think Coach Wallace wants to see what he's got. He's rolling a lot of guys out there as Oliver Wallace checks back in. And all 5 of the players on the floor right now did not see a varsity minute in a BA uniform last year. Sutton for 3. Will Sutton cashes out. Outlet pass to Massey. Off the window, good. And that will round out the first quarter. 21-7, Broken Arrow coasting by the Bruins. Hasn't really been much of an issue here on either end of the floor. We'll see if the Tigers can put their foot down in quarter number 2. Keep it right here live on ArrowVision.
Hey BA Tiger fans, now's the time to show your school spirit. Support your favorite school with the Broken Arrow School Pride debit card from TTCU Federal Credit Union. The only card that gives back to Broken Arrow every time you use it.
Since the program began, TTCU has donated over $350,000 to Broken Arrow Public Schools. That's a lot of support from fans just like you.
Whether you're a student, parent, or proud Tiger fan, your everyday purchases can make a difference.
With TTCU, you're not just banking, you're backing your school and local community. Join the thousands of TTCU members who are already using the Broken Arrow card.
It's super simple. Use your BA card and TTCU donates.
Thank you, TTCU, and thank you, Tiger fans. Support our school with every purchase. Go BA!
Welcome back live to the Tiger Fieldhouse. Second quarter just about set to begin. Want to give a quick shout out to Quick Trip. They are a proud partner of Broken Arrow Public Schools, investing in the future of our students. Thank you, Quick Trip. Of course, Quick Trip brings you your quick thoughts at the beginning of the game. Have an interview with Coach Coffey for the girls' game and Coach Wallace for the boys' game leading up to tip-off. Collins pressured by Matthias Sutton. And now switched on to Will Sutton. Swung down into the corner. Duncan will try a 3. Barely gets any of the rim. Wallace lost the ball. And it's somehow tipped all the way back out to Trey Collins. And that'll be a foul against Josiah Wilson.
Yeah, really good defensive switching by Broken Arrow. That's something that the coaching staff was really talking about, like communicate, not just talk, but communicate and make sure they're aggressive in their switches. A couple long rebounds for Bartlesville. The ball stays on this side of the court.
Finally breaking free. They'll get it off to Luke Massey, and a layup inside from Sutton Huff is good. Pass tipped as Wallace tried to feed Clark. He'll drive inside. Can't find the rim, but he's fouled.
Yeah, pretty tough shot going in there. But again, being aggressive and getting to the free throw line.
Head coach for Bartlesville, Jake Christensen, is in his 5th season now for the Bruins. Of course, on the BA sidelines, he's been here a long time now. Year number 14 for Bo Wallace.
Yeah, Coach Wallace, you know, a remarkable consistency when you see with his teams. They play hard, they're disciplined on the defensive end, regardless of that talent or the age of, the players. Always gets them to play hard for him.
See some of that right there as they trap in the corner on the press and force a turnover. Clark to the corner, gets it to Wallace. Now Williams, Sutton for 3. Again, it's good from outside.
Yeah, the Sutton twins are 3 for 3 from three-point tonight. And shooting with full confidence. And why not when it keeps falling and they keep giving it to you?
Bartlesville advancing the ball across the timeline. Now Duncan drives inside, trying to weave between Tigers, but Aiden Clark's long arms reach out and swat it. Oliver Wallace rises up, And we'll call that a dunk. That might have been more of a layup.
Not only a great defensive effort in the block by Clark, but the full court pass to get up court for the easy layup.
28-9 now. Quick pressure. Trying to get the ball out of Duncan's hands as well as Collins' hands. Force somebody else to beat him. Collins will try a quick trigger three, and he cashes out.
I believe that's their first three of the game.
A timeout for Bartlesville as they knock down that deep three-pointer and try to capitalize on that momentum. 28-12. And here's that swatted shot by Clark, the outlet pass, and Wallace gets the finish. Breakneck speed for these Tigers. They do it often.
That's what they want. They want to get into that track meet. That's where they feel most confident in being able to run their offense is out opening up the floor, taking the layup, getting to the free throw line, or you've seen the Sutton twins 3 for 3 from the three-point. They'll shoot it. If you give it to them, they're going to take it.
28-12, don't go anywhere. 6:08 to go here in this second quarter, live on ArrowVision.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Welcome back. The Tigers with a 16-point lead over Bartlesville. Still a lot of time left in this ball game.
Broken Arrow back to the starting five.
It's Wallace, now Lemons, Clark as they break the press. Nice job passing out of it rather than trying to dribble through it. Lemons gets in trouble down in the corner though and turns it over. Duncan steps back, pump fakes. Good defense from Clark to stay down that time. Collins recognizes he's got Troy Bell on him. He's going to try to use his speed to his advantage, but leaves the shot well short.
Yeah, good discipline by Clark to keep with his man and get that hand up in the air. Great cut.
Good back screen as well. Titus Huck clearing that up for Collins to get to the rim. And Trey Collins now at 9. Dow feeds it down low to Bell. Bell rises up, gets swatted away. Lemons gets his own putback.
Lemon's pretty crafty around the rim. Seen a couple plays made now at the rim where he just kind of gets in there, get his hand on the ball, and get in the hoop.
Duncan outside, knocks down the three ball. This is what's dangerous about that three-point shot. It's now only a 13-point lead, and it can close quickly if Bartlesville gets one more. Dow driving in hard, gets the floater up, but he's fouled in the process.
Yeah, defensive intensity from Bartlesville getting much stronger out of that last timeout. They've done a pretty good job of forcing Broken Arrow out of a trap, creating a couple turnovers, and that's why you said we're at a 13-point deficit here.
Dow makes the first free throw. Again, free throws tonight brought to you by First National Bank. First National Bank is your hometown bank and proud district partner, supporting our students, teachers, and the Broken Arrow Public Schools Foundation every step of the way. First people put people first. Dow rattles home the second one as well. Talked about those 3 preseason games. Corbin Dow was the leading scorer in those contests, 14 points a game. Last season, within the midst of the rotation, getting 17 minutes per contest, he was averaging 7.3.
Interesting seeing Broken Arrow go to a zone here. Now some man-to-man.
Three-point ball is good from Hunter Holmes. And another timeout for Bartlesville. They're doing this interesting thing where they'll get a good play or a good bucket and then immediately call a timeout.
I assumed that was a Broken Arrow timeout. I was pretty surprised to see that in the Bartlesville sideline. You know, I'll be curious to see if the defensive intensity now from Broken Arrow starts to rise. Maybe they'll start to pressure them out of the possession and pick them up full court. I thought that would be something that we would see a little bit more. Again, Broken Arrows had a pretty comfortable lead. It feels closer than it really is. But a couple big shots made by Bartlesville. Again, a little puzzling to see a timeout made right after a made basket.
I really don't think I've seen that very often, and they've already done it once here tonight. That was the second time they've done that.
Yeah. Must have seen something, wants to make sure that he's, getting the players in the right mindset for a defensive set. We'll see what happens here.
Still the starting 5 on the floor for BA. This is Dow. Wallace drives. Alley-oop up to Bell. Can't connect on it, but Aiden Clark is there on the cleanup crew.
Yeah, good heads-up play by Clark. Made a lot of great plays thus far in the first half. I'm impressed by Clark's debut here in the 6A.
Three-point shot again from Bartlesville. Can't buy it. Wallace gets the rebound, lost his footing as he tried to take off, and now Clark will push it up the floor. Corner three from Lemons. It's sweet from Lemons.
That's a couple big possessions where Lemons knocks down a great shot. Been impressed so far. And just like that, it's a 17-point lead again.
Collins will try to answer right back. Offensive rebound, Bartlesville. Jake Christensen was 5 steps out on the floor calling out the play. And still haven't seen much movement from Bartlesville. Now they get going. Collins gets it on the wing.
Bartlesville looking a little stagnant, just kind of watching each other. Again, it seems like they're a little bit more comfortable in transition rather than getting set in the half court.
Duncan on the hop.
This is where I would expect a timeout to drop a play.
Can't do this next season. The shot clock will be implemented, and Bartlesville will have to get something up quicker. But for now, you can take these long possessions that end up with nothing. Dow to Lemons, lefty layup, good.
And again, out in transition, that's the way Broken Arrow wants to play.
19-point lead. Collins can't get by Dow. Still patient. This Bartlesville offense trying to find something, and that's not it. Air ball from Hunter Holmes.
Number 10, Will Sutton, checking in for the Tigers.
Will Sutton checks back in for the Tigers. I talked about his 11 points per game in those 3 preseason games. The other thing that stuck out, and he's already showing it here tonight, 54.5% from 3.
Yeah, and again, with reckless abandon, they have so much confidence, get the feet set, rise up, and knock them down.
Clark fires it across court. Sutton, too long on that one.
Broken Arrow never really felt comfortable. That some of those passes a little ill-advised, a little out of control. See them settle down here.
Collins drives left, tries to get around Bell. It's stripped from him. Dow in the open floor, has all kinds of time to put on a show.
With the exclamation point. Great hands by Bell to knock that loose.
And no looker. Goes for the reverse jam in transition. Now the Tigers swarming Duncan at the midcourt line. And Bell gets the rejection, but a blocking foul. And Bell disagrees. And here's the replay of that Corbin Dow jam. What would you rate this one, Adam?
That's a solid 8 or 9. You got to give him a little bit of space to see where he can go from there, but
free throw good. Free throws brought to you by First National Bank.
Seems like a blink of an eye, and all of a sudden it's a 20-point lead again. just when you felt like Bartlesville was starting to close the gap with a couple big shots, the intensity rises again for Broken Arrow.
Been steadily holding on to this 19-point lead. Time ticking away here in this second quarter. Sutton fires it to Bell, and Bell wasn't ready for it. It goes out of play and a turnover for the Tigers.
Yeah, I'm not sure they got into their offensive set they really wanted. You don't typically see Bell out by the three-point line. You typically see him at the high post or down low by the rim. So some miscommunication. Again, first game of the year, you're going to have some of those mistakes. You just don't want it to have it cost you anything.
A charge drawn by Aiden Clark. Great job defensively by the 6'6" forward. That's the IQ coming into play.
I'm not really sure what Hudson East was really thinking there. He kind of led with the elbow and a jump stop. They're going to call that every time.
Swinging it over to Dow. Less than 10 seconds. Alley-oop pass to Bell on the backside. Misfires on the layup. Lemons has got to go up quickly here underneath the rim. It's swatted. Another opportunity. And it won't count. It won't go. And they'll call it off of a basket interference. And the Tigers come up empty-handed on that final possession. Even still, 41-22 is the scoreline. And Broken Arrow leading the way in game number 1 here of this season. Madison Dildine, our sideline reporter, is down on the floor with head coach Bo Wallace.
Coach, what did you like that half, and what do you want to see improve?
I think our kids are playing hard. You can tell there's a lot of inexperience. We got to slow down a little bit offensively. Defensively, I like our effort. We got to do a better job rebounding the ball. I thought in the second quarter they got some second opportunities that we've got to clean up. So we'll get better the second half.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Madison, and thank you, Coach Wallace. Tigers in front by 19, and it has been a ball game where Broken Arrow really has had their foot on the gas and hasn't really felt like they've ever lost control of it, but there have been moments of weakness where you can circle and say, we've got to fix this or that.
Of course, and it's great to say that when you're up 19 at the half.
Right.
You know, I've been impressed by, this effort by Broken Arrow. Hasn't been a singular player, hasn't been even two players. You've seen some good contribution by the Sutton brothers, some great contribution from Lemons and Clark as well.
The Tigers take the lead into the halftime break, and we will come back with the second half of action live here on ArrowVision.
Hey Tiger family, Dylan Rivera here with your monthly update on the exciting progress we're making thanks to your continued support of the 2023 bond issue. Let's take a look at what's new across our district. This month we're celebrating several major milestones made possible by your investment in our schools. At Rosewood Elementary and Highland Park Elementary, we recently held ribbon cutting ceremonies to open new classroom additions designed to help manage student growth and keep class sizes low. These beautiful new learning spaces give students and teachers more room to connect, collaborate, and learn, ensuring that our youngest Tigers have the best possible start. Creekwood and Aspen Creek Elementaries will soon see similar improvements, all thanks to the 2023 bond. Moving up a few grade levels, we also celebrated the grand opening of the Sequoia 8th Grade Academy. This project has been years in the making. Originally envisioned as part of the 2015 bond and interrupted by the pandemic, community input and careful planning to stay within budget resulted in a beautiful, modern facility that reflects our district's commitment to maintaining low class sizes and providing exceptional learning environments. Now home to nearly 400 8th graders, Sega stands as a proud extension of the Sequoia campus and a shining example of what's possible when our community and district work together for students. We also celebrated the ribbon cutting for the Fine Arts remodel at the Broken Arrow High School, a project that gives one of the most successful arts programs in the nation even more room to shine. The newly renovated learning and rehearsal spaces will allow our talented student musicians, performers, and artists to reach new heights, both in the classroom and on the stage. These ribbon cuttings represent more than just new buildings. They're a reflection of our community's commitment to excellence and opportunity for every student. We're so thankful for your continued support of the 2023 bond issue, and we're looking forward to showing you more of the progress we're making in the months ahead. But until then, remember that in Broken Arrow Public Schools, the best is yet to come.
Hey Tigers, I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon. The city is preparing for the next general obligation bond election in April of 2026. Just like the improvements to Albany Street in front of the high school, bonds help pay for upgrades to public infrastructure like streets and intersections, public safety services, park improvements, and more here in our great community. To find out more about the bond process, visit the city website. Thank you for helping us build our future. Broken Arrow, enjoy the rest of the game.
Hey BA Tiger fans, now's the time to show your school spirit. Support your favorite school with the Broken Arrow School Pride debit card from TTCU Federal Credit Union. The only card that gives back to Broken Arrow every time you use it.
Since the program began, TTCU has donated over $350,000 to Broken Arrow Public Schools. That's a lot of support from fans just like you.
Whether you're a student, parent, or proud Tiger fan, your everyday purchases can make a difference.
With TTCU, you're not just banking, you're backing your school and local community. Join the thousands of TTCU members who are already using the Broken Arrow card.
It's super simple. Use your BA card and TTCU donates.
Thank you, TTCU, and thank you, Tiger fans. Support our school with every purchase. Go Yay!
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling.
The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
Three, two, one. The infamous gold jacket, I always thought that has a place in Broken Arrow history that he wore. And so today we'd like to unveil a kind of a special memento and case that we designed for Coach Waymeyer.
Hey Tiger fans and family, here with Mr. Jerry Waymeyer, the former head coach for Broken Arrow girls basketball, won the 1983 state title, the first state championship in girls athletics here at Broken Arrow. Really cool accomplishment. And today honored with his own memorial section here at the Tiger Fieldhouse. He's got his yellow jacket in there. He's got some really cool little notes and things and pictures in there, and it's really awesome. You're gonna have to come out and see it. But Mr. Waymeyer, first I gotta ask you, just what are the emotions like? How are you feeling right now?
Well, I was very shocked when Chuck, last year at the end of basketball season, he took me to the trophy case and gave me an idea of what they wanted to do, and I said, sure, that's fine, and then got closer and closer. And he says, you do still have that gold jacket there, don't you? And I said, yeah, I've got that gold jacket. And when I was coaching, I wore it to the big game. I didn't wear it every night, but I wore it to big games and everything. Definitely had it on the state championship game.
Yes, sir.
That Saturday afternoon against Muskogee. And really feel honored, appreciate what you're doing here.
Well, talk to me a little bit about today and what it meant to you to have your family here and be a part of this celebration.
Yeah, well, we, as you can see, we got a pretty good sized family there and everything, but you can't do it by yourself. You gotta, the family was behind me all the way, and then you gotta have good players, you gotta have good assistant coaches, and I was lucky. BA's special. It's, grew up, I was born and raised in Bixby and grew up pretty close.
Yeah.
And it's home. 45 years, it's home.
And it always will be now with the yellow jacket in the trophy case. And we're so excited to be able to honor your legacy. And Mr. Waymire, I haven't been able to talk to you for very long, but I can tell that you are a very genuine man, and I appreciate you coming over here and spending the time with us.
Welcome back to the Tiger Fieldhouse. Broken Arrow in front of Bartlesville right now, 41-22. Dylan Rivera with Adam Winkin. We're already in sync. Look at our outfits today. It's built for the season.
We got to start the season together, man.
Madison Dildine is on the sidelines tonight. It is a game where Broken Arrow has just been able to dominate, put their foot down, and really go. And as you had mentioned at the very beginning, expect a track meet. It has been up-tempo. But it feels like Bartlesville, when you get them to slow down and play in that half-court setting, they struggle.
Yeah, again, their offense is only running through Collins and Duncan, and they seem to not have any other answers right now. I would look to see Broken Arrow start this second half and start to make some traps and make them make some decisions. It's probably one of the things that I remember hearing them talk about that I haven't really seen happen yet. Just as Bartlesville will start to cut it to 10, 12, 13, then just like that after 3 possessions, Broken Arrow's able to force some bad turnovers from Bartlesville and go right back up to 19 or 20.
We'll see if the story changes here in the second half or it's much of the same. Third quarter begins with an inbound pass to Oliver Wallace. And Adam, you had talked about being impressed at that halftime break by Coy Lemons and Aiden Clark so far in this one.
Yeah, Lemons, I'm impressed by what he's able to do around the basket, and I'm impressed with Clark making some plays at both ends of the floor to really get the offense moving.
Missed that layup there, but he does have a total of 7 here so far in this ball game. Duncan will be called for a double dribble. It looked like he was trying to fire that pass off, and then at the last moment decided to put it on the floor.
Yeah. Again, a little out of sorts. Not what Bartlesville, I'm sure, wanted to start this half. When you get a chance to really game plan and come out with your first possession with something like that, the turnover.
Dow in the corner, drives baseline. Lemons was open on the far side. He missed him, and now it goes over to Coy Lemons. He'll fire up the 3 and can't buy it. And a call goes against Corbin Dow for an over the back.
Yeah, if you can see the mismatches just in size between Broken Arrow and Bartlesville. When they play man-to-man, I mean, every player seems to have 2-3 inches in height. I'm surprised it's the first time we've seen an over and back kind of foul called on Broken Arrow.
Wide open for 3. Collins cashes out. Lemons was the only one in the vicinity, and even then, he was not awfully close.
Yeah, Wallace not happy with that possession.
A foul on the floor as Lemons was trying to create some space with Hunter Holmes draped all over him. Aiden Clark checks out and Will Sutton checks in. It'll actually be Coy Lemons that checks out. No foul called as Wallace hits the deck.
Real tough shot with Wallace in the corner.
Spins out of trouble, flings one up and gets the call. As Oliver Wallace will go to the free throw line.
Good to see him draw the foul. Some dangerous possessions there. That corner shot really well contested and you know, got the call. He's still kind of feeling it as he heads to the free throw line.
Wallace struggled in the preseason from the free throw line. Shot just 40% from the charity stripe.
Wallace, of course, coming over here from Booker T. I think some pretty valuable playing minutes for the Tigers.
There's a rotation guy over there for the Hornets, and now the starting point guard in place of Gene Mason here at Broken Arrow.
Tough shoes to fill.
If you watched the Tigers play last year, you understand why we talk so much about Gene Mason. He was able to really take over some ball games and in short spurts looked like the best player on the floor as a sophomore. And now his junior season possibly missed completely by a broken ankle. Collins drives left. Wallace gets on the floor for it. Dow scoops it up. Taking off the other way, a foul on the floor against Dennis Duncan.
What I really liked about that possession is the defensive switch in favor of Broken Arrow, forcing the turnover, and then on transition, getting a foul from Bartlesville. Really, really good sequence there for Broken Arrow. That's one I think you're going to revisit again in practice.
Backdoor cut from Bell. Wallace's alley-oop goes off the rim. Lemons trying to follow it up, and Bartlesville comes away from the pack with the basketball. Duncan feeds it down low, off the glass, too strong. Into the corner, three-pointer won't go, off the mark for Sutton Huff. Pushing the other way, William Sutton sidestepping and getting a shot up through a lot of contact. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, again, seeing the Tigers go in transition, this is the kind of brand of basketball they want to play. Really, honestly, a pretty good effort by Bartlesville in the previous possession, getting 2 shots. But you know, again, a game plan, they really don't want to see them get 2 chances.
Free throws brought to you by First National Bank. Also want to give a shout out to the Arrow Group, a division of Alliant Insurance Services, proud to support Broken Arrow Public Schools. Based here in Broken Arrow, they provide risk management and insurance programs for businesses across our region. From contractors to manufacturers to professional offices, you can trust the Arrow Group to protect what matters most. The Arrow Group also brings us our three-pointers here tonight. 45-25 scoreline. Broken Arrow way out in front. Massey trying to drive. Dow ties it up. And a travel called on Bartlesville.
Great hands by Wilson. He was the catalyst to that turnover. Getting his hand in there, making it difficult.
Josiah Wilson, the frenetic piece to the puzzle. All energy, all the time. Dow dribbles off to the right wing. Wallace swings it to Sutton. He'll try a three-pointer, blocked by Duncan. Duncan pushing it the other way. Euro stepping and fouled. Goes against William Sutton.
First personal foul, second team foul.
We talk so much about the new players here for this Broken Arrow boys team, but there's a new staff as well. Obviously, Coach Wallace, we talked about, this is season number 14 for him, and Coach Kerry King has been here for a lot of those seasons alongside him. But Mike Humphrey, one of the assistants that's been here for years, decades even, at Broken Arrow, retired in the offseason, and they bring on Trent Cantrell in his place, a guy who had been an assistant here for Broken Arrow years ago, left and is now back. And in place of Chris Wallace, the brother of Bo Wallace, who took the job at Sapulpa, is Matt Watson, new to the staff as well. Duncan quickly the other way. Layup won't go. The follow-up won't go either. Dow the outlet pass to Wallace, all kinds of time as he lines it up and puts it through.
Yeah, good concentration there. You know, Bartlesville had a couple good looks, and then right back in transition, they give up a layup. Just defeating from Bartlesville's perspective, just like that.
Duncan freed up, and an open three-pointer won't go, and it's Tiger basketball. And now they'll come in and change the call. Referee's actually going to discuss this one before they make anything official.
Tigers number 3, Matthias Sutton checking in.
Matthias Sutton makes his way out onto the floor.
Is it too early to call them the Splash Brothers, Dylan? Now that they're both on the court, I'm looking to see.
But you know what? If they drill a couple more, I'll let it pass. As we touch on the coaching staff, want to give a shout out to Director of Basketball Operations, another assistant coach on this staff, Logan Dolan, as he has just welcomed his first child into the world.
Well, congratulations to Logan.
Shout out to him and the whole Dolan family. William Sutton tries a three-pointer and leaves it on the front rim. Three-pointer won't go for Huff. Back and forth we go.
Yeah, Broken Arrow and Bartlesville trading three-point attempts.
Sutton trying to feed Wilson. Somehow he ends up with it. Feeds it off to Dow, who puts it down with two hands.
Great back cut by Dow to get to the basket and a good feed.
49-26 now. And an open pass in the lane. Gives up an easy bucket to Hudson Eads.
Yeah, things haven't come easy for Bartlesville. That one was one of their best offensive sets.
Will Sutton drives baseline. Quick floater, good.
Great touch by Sutton at the basket.
Collins drives and a nice roll off the rim. Good for two.
That's two back-to-back possessions by Bartlesville getting to the basket. I said before, it hasn't been easy for them, but those are the two probably most productive offensive possessions they've had this entire game.
Foul called against Sutton Huff. Tigers sub Troy Bell off the floor and get Aiden Clark back out there.
You know, it's interesting too, this first game, kick off the season, just to kind of see the different mixes of the starting lineups and the five that Coach Wallace puts out there, to see the chemistry, see how players react to each other, how things are moving together.
Dow drives hard to the rim and finishes with the left hand. And to your point, Adam, still experimenting, still learning about these guys, still seeing how it all meshes. Arrow Group three-pointer for Bryson Gutierrez.
Even right now, two sophomores, a junior, two seniors.
Brother-to-brother connection. Matthias feeds Will, and he gets it to go off the window.
The future looking bright in the offensive end. Broken Arrow could score with a multitude of ways.
Outside, Gutierrez will try another one and rattles it home. Gutierrez heating up from outside. Will Sutton, pressure from behind. Feeds it off. Dow rising up and hammering it home.
Yeah, love the decision by Dow. He could have easily pulled up for a three-pointer. Love getting to the basket and going strong. Instantly seeing that mismatch.
He put his head down and would not be denied. Two strong dribbles and an even stronger dunk. 57-36, 1 minute to go here in this third quarter. Pass poked away, has to reset the Bartlesville offense. Duncan nearly had it stolen again. And now lining up a three-pointer. Bartlesville trying to hit three in a row. They can't get one this time. Pass deflected. Matthias Sutton feeling pressure, gets it off to Aiden Clark. Clark to the corner. Now it's Will Sutton for three. No good. And Josiah Wilson was trying to get a rebound, and they call a foul on Wilson.
Seems like when Broken Arrow gets trapped, they like to try to go up over the top. I wouldn't be surprised that, in practice tomorrow, getting ready for, the next few games, trying to get the ball on the deck and not letting the ball just get up in the air. It seems like as soon as they force Broken Arrow to try to pass over the top, Broken Arrow starts to make some turnovers. that passing game, you're going to see some improvement that can be made until the next game for sure.
Few seconds left here. Quick pass down low, and Duncan wide open at the rim. Great feed inside. Dow's going to have to fire one up. That's a tough shot, and he nearly got it to go. 57-38, Broken Arrow in front at the end of 3. 8 minutes left in this one. Don't go anywhere. Keep it right here live on ArrowVision.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Time to update your kitchen, just for you. Kitchen Tune-Up will make your kitchen look and feel transformed. Let's create a kitchen that inspires and uplifts you. Kitchen Tune-Up. Update, upgrade, uplift.
Get your taste buds ready, because we're bringing all the drip and none of the drama with our new sauced and tossed Tender Bites. They're juicy, crispy, and sauced like a boss. Bite into your new obsession. Only at Slim Chickens.
A lot of energy in the building as it's game 1 of the Tiger basketball season. And in between that third and fourth quarter, Madison Dildon was listening to Coach Wallace and company as they have this lead over Bartlesville. Madison.
His main message was that, hey, we need to settle down. He said we need to execute on offense and take the pass to make the pass, but then we have to guard. He also emphasized communication. Dylan.
Thanks, Madison. Broken Arrow with a 57-38 lead over the Bruins. And looking to close this one out. Bartlesville already 1-0 on the season. They beat Rejoice Christian, a 3A opponent, 51-28. Duncan tries a three-pointer, and he gets it to go. Three-pointers brought to you by the Arrow Group. Lemons left open. Three-pointer won't go. Ball goes out of play.
And Bartlesville certainly not bashful about the three-point shot. They're going to try to shoot their way back into this game.
That's the one downside to having a team that can get hot from outside, come in and play against you in game number 1 is as you're trying to figure out how to work through the kinks. They could knock down 3 or 4 and very quickly make it a close ball game. Clark with some nice moves and finding Coy Lemons in the corner. And a foul on the floor against Bartlesville.
I'm impressed by Clark tonight. Does a lot of things really well. And like you said before, really kind of is the locomotive of this offense.
Bell inside, powering his way up for a short hook, but he leaves it short. Now Dow soaring to the rim, fouled on his way up.
Coach Wallace has to like what he sees in that possession. Multiple looks, aggressive at the basket, doesn't fall at first, but love the look by Bell.
A hush falls over the gym. Dow misfires the first time. Tiger fans, you can support your favorite school with the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU has donated more than $360,000 so far. Stop by your favorite BA branch and get yours today. Terms and conditions apply with approved credit.
Let's see if Broken Arrow starts to put a little pressure on Bartlesville. They seem like they're a little bit on their heels.
Quick hands from Wallace. And it nearly got stolen away. This is Massey to inbound. Duncan in the corner, defended by Wallace. shot rejected by Lemons. And the finish from Hunter Holmes gets Bartlesville on the board.
Yeah, just a tough possession when you make that block, and then Bartlesville kind of gets an easy layup.
The foul as Dow was trying to turn the corner on Massey. That's his second foul on the night. .5:59 to go. Dow in rhythm, lets it fly. That's a little too strong. Clark in the corner. This is Wallace. Down low, feeding Bell. Can't get the first one to go, but he can buy the second one.
Excellent move by Bell to get to the basket and follow his own shot. Really not much movement happening on that possession, so Bell just kind of took over and said, I'm getting to the basket, I'm going to get a goal.
Nice job defensively to get a hand out there and contest that three-point shot. Now Dow quickly the other way, lob to Bell, won't go. Clark fouled.
And what do you know? Clark trailing, getting the ball and getting to the line. Again, just doing a lot of the dirty work and just the hustle points, second chance points for Broken Arrow. You see Clark always in the mix for those.
Clark filled up the stat sheet in the preseason, only averaged 8.5 points in those 3 contests, but had 4 rebounds and 5 assists per game. And he shot the ball well, at least inside the three-point arc, was 40% and 100% from the free throw line. Free throw good from Clark. And a timeout for Bartlesville. Timeout's brought to you by TTCU. We'll take one as well. Come right back here live on ArrowVision.
It's time to update your kitchen just for you. Kitchen Tune-Up will make your kitchen look and feel transformed. Let's create a kitchen that inspires and uplifts you. Kitchen Tune-Up. Update, upgrade, uplift.
Get your taste buds ready, because we're bringing all the drip and none of the drama with our new sauced and tossed tender bites. They're juicy, crispy, and sauced like a boss. Bite into your new obsession. Only at Slim Chickens.
Welcome back here to the Tiger Fieldhouse. Broken Arrow, up 62-43, going a little too fast. Adam Weekend is here with me, and Adam Weekend, you are the percussion specialist here for Broken Arrow Bands. So I guess I could call you coach in some ways, right? And,
yes, sir.
You were in the middle of coaching right there in the timeout.
That's right.
Drumming away on the desk. Hayden Clark with the steal in the backcourt. Euro step layup, good.
Again, making the right plays for your team. Clark always just seems to be in that right spot. But been impressed by his hustle on both ends of the floor.
Huff tries to spit it back out to Duncan. Lemons nearly got the steal. Nicely done by Duncan to get around Clark and finish that bucket. Clark pressured now by Collins. Wallace spins out of it, goes up to the rim, throws it off the backboard way too hard, gets the steal. Bell goes up, and he got folded coming down. It looks like he's all right.
Yeah, Bell also had a number of those plays tonight to be able to give his team a second chance off that turnover. Coming off of a half-court set where Broken Arrow looked a little befuddled. Still some work to do, of course, this early part of the season, you know, to get that movement off the ball and set up the half court.
Free throw good. Our broadcast tonight is brought to you by Shields. They have all your game day needs for football, basketball, soccer, and more. With the gear and styles from iconic brands like Nike, Hoka, and Adidas, Shields has you covered. Located at the Woodland Hills Mall at 71st and Memorial, Tulsa, Shields is a proud sponsor of Broken Arrow Public Schools. Tigers get the offensive rebound. No-look pass to Dow in the corner. Rattles out. Rebound, Bell. And again, he'll go to the free throw line.
And Coach Wallace has to love what he sees here. Multiple opportunities, great passes, good looks, and again, going back to the free throw line.
And you know who else has got to love it is Dalton Allen, one of the strength and conditioning coaches, is down on the bench. I think he likes what he's seeing from Troy Bell right now.
Absolutely.
Bell's free throw good. I'll tell you about one more one-club sponsor while we have the time. The Broken Arrow Public Schools Foundation is celebrating 33 years of providing teacher grants. Visit bapsfoundation.org for more info. Free throw just missed, and the student section wanted it because, of course, it would have been 6-7. Get that off the scoreboard on our graphic. It's only 66. Got to give the kids what they want, right? All swinging around the perimeter. Collins will try another deep three-pointer. And he's missed on a couple of those here tonight. Dow in the open floor, rising up and throwing it down.
And Dow with a dunk contest tonight. He's got 3 or 4 of those.
Dow likes to get out and run, and he's been putting on a show. Bartlesville just has no answers on this end. Broken Arrow defense has made it extremely difficult. Sutton. Now this is Clark. He'll rise up and fire away. Off front iron. Zone defense for Broken Arrow, and just saw Corbin Dow signal to the coaching staff he needed a breather.
I was about to say, we'll see, a lot of our players hands on knees. They played hard tonight. As the game gets closer to being put away, we'll start to see some of Broken Arrow's bench get back involved again.
This is Matthias Sutton taking the place of Corbin Dow. Still being so early in the season and going at game speed now, really for the first time up and down the floor for a full game as Bell is wide open for an easy layup.
Doesn't get much easier than that.
Can't be too surprised when players need the breathers, and as we saw in the girls' game, you might see a little bit of cramping as the season gets started. Gracie Sanders had a cramp but was able to carry on throughout the contest.
And you can scrimmage all you want, but when the game actually starts to happen, it has a different feel, a different intensity to it. So again, especially with this young Broken Arrow team, and team that's still getting used to playing together, a lot of these guys aren't even starters from last year. There's just a lot of learning, and something that I know that you talked to Wallace about, in Uncaged, is just the growth and the learning that's happening with the team. It's only going to continue. But again, you can't replicate a real game.
Well, we had talked about those preseason games. Coach Wallace had told me that going into them, he was sort of just going in with a blank canvas and let's see what we've got. Let's see how it pans out. And Broken Arrow played really well against some really talented teams, partially because of those Sutton brothers.
You know what? Sometimes that's a freeing feeling, because you can really kind of mold it the way that you want. You just never know. But sometimes when you have that blank canvas, you can truly make it exactly what you want it to be.
Set to check in is Bosa Obefun.
Student section, big fan of Bosa.
They call him Obosa on this team because he can also play the oboe.
Yes. I think I have my new favorite player, Dylan.
Clark driving in. Just misfires, but Troy Bell follows it right up with a jam.
Exclamation point of this game for sure. Broken Arrow extending that lead to 29.
A foul on Matthias Sutton as they try to get some of the other folks on the floor, and here's the replay of that putback jam. Clark with a nice move and just left it on that front rim. Bill saying good night, Bartlesville.
And number 30, Xavier McAllister. Checking in for the Tigers. Foul is called on Tigers number 3, Messiah Sutton. First personal foul. First team foul.
Out on the floor for Broken Arrow now is Matthias Sutton. Number 30, Savian McAllister. As we had said, Bosa Opefun. Number 20 is Richie Pouncil. And number 12 is Cooper Malenik. Little stint of action for some of the guys who go through practice day in and day out. Give them an opportunity to get out on the varsity floor, get some action.
Yeah, you love to see it.
And these sorts of minutes really come in handy down the line where maybe somebody has an injury or maybe somebody's unable to play for one night. And suddenly you've got guys who have had varsity minutes that are ready to go that can step right in and play at a high level.
100%. You get some valuable experience to some of these sophomores and even freshmen. McAllister, who came out of the game but played earlier. Everybody getting a chance tonight.
Got Brian Inegbenois out there, as well as Adam Dodd. And this will be the lineup likely to close the game now for the Tigers, as there's only 24.9 on the clock. And Inegbenois got in some of those preseason games, and he looked good. Had 8 points per game in the limited action that he got. 2.5 rebounds. Good size on him, 6'4", with a lot of muscle as well. Turnover underneath the Tigers' basket. Really the Bruins' basket as they try another three-pointer. Pressure in the backcourt. And a foul on Cameron Chambers.
Foul called on Bruins number 30, Cameron Chambers. First personal foul, 17 foul. Number 15,
Richie Pouncil, who's out there on the floor, got some run in those preseason games as well. 6 points, 6 rebounds. Did struggle with some turnovers, had 5 turnovers, but he also padded in 2 steals. Missed free throw for Inegbenois. One for 2 from the First National Bank free throw line.
Nice even 30-point lead here, Dylan.
Three-pointer way offline, and Broken Arrow will close it out with 30 points up on Bartlesville when that final buzzer sounded. And the Tigers pick up a season-opening victory on their home floor. Adam, always good to get a win, but of course you do it in your season opener on your home floor. That always inspires the crowd to come back and do it again next week.
Well, that's what Coach Wallace was talking about. Defending your home court, just going 1-0. Not thinking ahead to your next game, but just playing what you're doing tonight. And I think after seeing the performance from Broken Arrow, knowing what we know with all these new players, the new mix, not having Gene around, it's impressive to see the teamwork and from the production from so many different players tonight.
So Broken Arrow wins another one against Bartlesville. They went 2-0 against the Bruins last year and now looking to do it again this season as they are district opponents once again in this year. And Madison Dildine is on the floor with head coach Bo Wallace.
Coach, you're 1-0. How does tonight's win help set the tone for the rest of the season?
Well, it's just a start. A young team, you're going to have ups and downs. I thought we, in the second half, gave up a lot of stuff that we probably shouldn't have that we're going to clean up. But proud of the guys who were about 5 points more than we wanted to give up, kind of our standard goal that we've had here. But I'm proud that they're just fighting and trying to get better and playing hard.
Thanks, Coach.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Coach Wallace. Thank you, Madison. And, of course, Broken Arrow will be playing in the Bishop Kelly Invitational as well. So their next contest is Thursday at 5:30. They'll be playing Tulsa Central, a 4A school, in that tournament. Of course, they'll be back next Tuesday as well. We talked about that in the girls' game. We'll have that broadcast for you next Tuesday night as Broken Arrow plays Edmond Santa Fe here on the home floor. New district opponents this year: PC North, Bartlesville, Stillwater, Capitol Hill, Jenks, Edmond Santa Fe, and Muskogee. So we expect to see all those teams here inside the Tiger Fieldhouse. And it's just game one of a very long season, but a good start, of course, for the Tigers here tonight.
Yeah, like I said before, I'm really impressed with the amount of contribution from multiple players tonight. You know, the Sutton twins are going to show you when they come onto the floor, they're a force, and you have to be on your game to not get them an open shot. Lots of great hustle plays from Aiden Clark tonight. Troy Bell had a great night, nice and strong down low. And I'm also impressed with not only the effort on the offensive level, but also on the defensive level from multiple players. So I'm encouraged by what I saw tonight. Broken Arrow can really make it count in a multitude of ways with a multitude of different players.
I want to go back and say thanks to St. Francis for sponsoring our halftime show, and our pre- and post-game shows are brought to you by Tulsa Bone and Joint. And they are actually proud to serve as the official, I shouldn't say actually, they are proud to serve as the official team orthopedist for Broken Arrow Athletics. With 4 orthopedic urgent care locations, you can walk in and see a specialist, no appointment needed. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward. And St. Francis, as they sponsor our halftime show, I'll give them a quick shout out. St. Francis Health System and Warren Clinic are here for your family with convenient primary care options across the region. As your home team for healthcare, visit stfrancis.com to find a provider and a location near you. And we are grateful to all of our One Club sponsors that make our broadcasts possible. We don't have a player of the game sponsor right now, but you know what? We're still naming one anyway. So you mentioned a lot of the guys that stuck out to you. Was there anyone that stuck out in particular that you can say was the player of the game here tonight?
For me, it's Aiden Clark. Again, it seems like a lot of transition baskets were caused by him. You see him trailing. You see him getting to the line. Just does a lot of things well. I'm encouraged, especially coming over. This is his debut in the 6A level. And playing with all these new players, I'm really encouraged by what I saw from Clark tonight.
He had talked about really the biggest change was just the speed. It picks up pace. You know, at 3A, you might be dealing with some slower offenses and some more half-court settings. This pace at Broken Arrow, just playing for the Tigers, you're going to have to be ready for a track meet, but then against a lot of their opponents, you're going to expect that too.
Yeah, and you know, Coach Wallace wants to get up and transition and play quick, but he even knows, like, we got to make sure that we play our game and not play out of control. So I'm sure that's going to be something that Coach Wallace talks about as we move forward, getting ready for the tournament this weekend.
Of course, the tournament, the Bishop Kelly Invitational, 5:30 on Thursday is game number 1 as the Tigers take on Tulsa Central, 4A squad. One thing that I wanted to bring light to that we really didn't touch on much throughout the broadcast, but I think it deserves some mention, is the changing of the guards to all these new faces. One thing that you lose, I shouldn't say one thing, it's a lot of things that you lose, because 52.8 points per game left this building from last year to this year. The Tigers averaged 66.9 last year, so if you do some quick math, that's about 17.1 points per game that return, and that's including Gene Mason, who's unable to play. So you end up losing a lot of your offensive production. You have to turn your attention somewhere, and somebody's got to find those buckets. Tonight, it was a lot of Corbin Dow. It was a lot of Aiden Clark. It was a lot of Coy Lemons, and we saw a lot of guys get on the score sheet, and I think that's one thing that may be a recipe to success, is having multiple guys scoring double digits rather than just 1 or 2 guys.
Well, and hats off to the coaching staff, right? Developing a plan to get all those players involved. That's going to set them up well for their opponents later. Again, they can do it from a variety of ways. They can do it from the three-point line, but they also can get to the basket. Pretty good free throw shooting tonight by the Tigers as well. So again, hats off to the coaching staff. A great start. Let's see, it's got to keep it going all the way until the tournament. That's going to be a great test for them.
Yeah.
You know, they have potential, they believe, to play 3 games in a row, 3 nights in a row. Then we're back here again on Tuesday. That'll be another great test for this young Tiger team.
When we come back here on Tuesday, we will have the live stream for you, both the girls and boys games. You'll want to tune into that one, because we'll get to see what that stretch of time looks like for Broken Arrow after they come out of it, and how much they change and how much stronger they get from just having back-to-back-to-back contests and getting more time on the court together.
Yeah, I mean, especially this early in the season, you could see, you know, some of the starters, hands on the knees, like, the fatigue starts to set in, so you're going to have to be able to get yourself up for those games as you start to win. But again, as you know, we get later on in the season, that's what you're going to have to do at crunch time in March.
You'll be playing your best basketball in February and March. This is just game one, so some things might be still getting worked out, and that's okay, especially with so many young guys and so many new faces here at Broken Arrow. And speaking of a new face, Adam Winkin, I appreciate you coming on and doing these broadcasts with us. You do a great job and did very well here tonight, and we had a lot of fun. Madison Dildine, our sideline reporter, has already made her way back up here and returned her microphone. Is out of the building, I think, but we appreciate her for all she's done. We appreciate you for tuning in. I've been Dylan Rivera, and we will see you next Tuesday night.